to...
First time for me, though.
Yeah,
First time
everybody's here for the first time or not, depending. I've got a red square on my screen. I'm not really sure why I had a red square for a second. It's gone away again. Apparently now the internet is stable. So I guess hello everybody. Welcome to Voyage of the Ejderha. Ejderha. Sorry, I can't even say the name of my own campaign. This is a wonderful start.
Great start.
Perfect
Wonderful new beginning for everybody
D&D.
involved. Yeah. We're gonna do our best to entertain. It's gone red again. It's just
This is so professional.
It's just
Seems like odd
the internet
foreshadowing.
here is just so very wonderful. I'm just gonna slide this down to like
Don't know what he's talking
4,500
about.
instead of 6,000, and then maybe we'll be a little bit more stable.
What is he
Julie
talking
looks
about?
great to me, you know.
I mean,
All right.
obviously.
Yeah, there we go. Now the worst we're getting is a slightly sickly green. Otherwise, it's just a
Ooh.
lime green. Thank you, OBS, for your color-coded system that's very easy to follow. And so, shall we begin?
Please.
We find ourselves at about 2:30 in the afternoon. If we were piloting one of those small, annoying, whirring drone things with a little GoPro on it, we could zoom in on a city that's got a little bit of frost and ice going around, a little bit of snow on the ground. Very early this year. It's only September. It is... I had the date written down. I've lost it. It is September 14th, for those of you who like to take notes.
Yeah, I'm scribing.
And we zoom down onto the city of Prelens, into the city of Gloomport, into the ward of Gloomport, which is a lovely little spot. It's one of the older parts of the city, one of the earlier port sections, and is by all accounts a wonderful place. Certainly a little bit more upmarket than some of the other areas that are a little bit newer, a little bit more ramshackle. This is pretty solid for those who have a little bit of extra coin compared to the sort of the everyday commoner of the city. Zoom in on the Supreme Turnip. An interesting bar with an interesting name. And a large stuffed turnip on display above the bar. Those of you who have been in the Supreme Turnip for a couple of days, and those of you who remember it from the past, know that it is run by the proprietor, Gwali. Dwarf or halfling or gnome, nobody's entirely sure. But there is an awful lot of beard behind what is mostly an apron. So it's just apron and beard and shortness, and that's mostly what you get from Gwali.
I'm now imagining like a 3-foot tall cousin It in an apron.
Yeah, basically Cousin It. You know, the arms just come through the beard and scramble your change off the bar. They say he can hear whether it's a dud penny from across a crowded room, but nobody's ever seen the bar crowded, so nobody's been able to find out. This is a bar that is frequented by those who take the business of drinking quite seriously. It is drinking to forget, or drinking because there's not going to be any drinking for a while. This is a bar that is mostly frequented by those who go out of the city a lot. So you get a fair few sailors, you get a fair few adventurers, you get some mercenaries. This is a little bit of a hotspot for gossip and rumour and picking up a dodgy quest from some bloke round the back in a trench coat. And currently, we have a number of individuals of this yet-to-be party who are in the Supreme Turnip. And now I've got to remember all of your characters' names. It's just going to be such a... that's going to be a real challenge.
Stop with me.
So... Morbeck.
Thank God.
Yes.
Would you be sat at a table or at the bar?
I will be at the bar admiring the turnip.
Yeah. It's you've been sat here for quite a lot over the last 2 days, and this turnip, like you still. Why hasn't it rotted? Why did they stuff it? Why didn't they just eat it? What? Why is the turnip supreme? Nobody's ever been able to answer this question. It's just always been here. It's been here since before Gwali owned the bar. Nobody knows why.
Well, and I heard of a small village that has its claim to fame is it has the largest ball of twine. So I think this bar really is missing a golden advertising opportunity. The largest turnip.
I think that you're probably right, although you might have slowly picked up on Gwali's general disdain for customers that might not be so, great for that. He likes customers that buy a lot of drink and don't ask a lot of questions, and I feel the tourist crowd maybe not so great for that. But, so you're sat at the bar, you have across the room, sat at a small table, you have Warwin and Lumi, who are, well, I imagine just sitting there. You might be talking. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Maybe reading.
I think Lumi's just staring questioningly at the turnip. Like, what is this thing?
Yeah, that's. You've been here for a couple of days as well, and it's still like you've never seen a turnip before. It's one of those things. It's like, oh yeah, you've heard the turnips exist, but you specifically have not seen a turnip. So
I've heard the word turnip.
Yeah, you've heard the word turnip. You've heard it used as an insult and also apparently a foodstuff, but here it appears to be a decoration, and that is not a use that you are familiar with. Whiskey. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Just looking to the eagle. I have sitting on the table as well.
I would think I'd be. Oh, sorry.
Just looking between the eagle and the turnip, trying to glean that maybe the eagle has some insight into what this thing is.
The eagle is also unaware of turnips.
That is it is not something you would assume.
You are both looking at each other, then at the turnip, then at each other, then at the turnip. It doesn't know what you're trying to communicate, and you're not entirely sure what it's trying to communicate. And so there's just a lot of confusion centered around the turnip. Whiskey, where are you?
I would probably be at the bar as well.
Okay, yeah. So just to get this really into the picture, there are, let's see, about 4 other people in here. There's a male halfling with a bow and quiver. Looks a little young to be drinking in a place like this, but the bow is pretty ragged and there's not many arrows in it, and you're pretty sure there's still blood dripping from his arm onto the floor as he slams back a whiskey. So maybe aged before his time a little. There is a dwarf who is just sort of very much in the corner, shrinking into the shadows, drinking silently. There is another halfling who is occasionally pulls out a pocket watch which has the initials RS on it, and he is drinking silently. And there is a female human sat in the corner, drawing in a sketchbook, drinking silently. None of these individuals have paid any mind to the fact there is an eagle sat in the bar, or that there is a cat sat at the bar drinking. They saw these things, but apparently that's not gonna hold their interest versus the cold, hard drinking.
Lumi, isn't it weird that you're having an eagle in the bar?
Oh my god, please do that all the time.
He's gonna.
Well, you know it's stick now.
Oh, that's great.
That's amazing.
This sounds exactly like Travis's character in the Darrington Brigade one shot.
I mean, I don't know what that is. I don't understand that one.
Yeah, it does.
I would watch that because you could really get some voice direction from that character.
It's also hilarious.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
The best one shot.
Highly recommend it. So, that question hangs in the air. As Lance and Porter, you have just got into the city, and you've made your way swiftly to the Supreme Turnip, aware that you are nearly a week late from the original date that you said you'd be there by.
It's fine. Like, people get distracted. No one's gonna be worried or anything.
Whatever.
The door looms in front of you. It's been a little while since you were here last, Porter.
I just barge in. Like,
That's what I thought.
it's fine. No one worries.
Right.
Don't worry. We're here. Everything's fine.
So,
Don't worry.
I also go in.
so we see an Ergenazi and a very tall half sea elf just sort of burst through the door, very loud and proud. Do you want to describe yourselves, and then we'll go around the room?
Sure. Yeah. I'm blue greenish skinned, very tall sea half elf woman with very long blue hair. And I have a huge trident strapped to my back. Yeah, no armor that you can see, just no clothes. Other. Kind of looking around.
The Aganazi also has blue skin, but not greenish tinted, just blue grayish. Has a quiver and a bow. Relatively tall. Leather armor, but just a little bit too much energy for what you would expect in this place.
So, Morbeck, who do they see at the bar? The dwarf there.
A dwarf. He has on a pair of short pants that are pretty beat up. He's bare chested, covered with tattoos, brown hair. That's average height for a dwarf. Pretty well defined.
He lifts.
Yeah, so do I.
I think everyone in this party lifts except for maybe Wow. No whiskey. All right.
I don't think whiskey lifts.
No, I can lift.
What does whiskey look like?
So he's a cat.
Mm-hmm.
He's a regular cat. He is dressed in a musketeer hat and some boots. No, that's just basically it.
Is it
he
biped boots, or do you have 4 boots?
No, just 2 boots on his hind legs.
All right.
He has also a belt with a really small rapier. Just cat-sized rapier.
Boots.
And that's about it. He's sitting not at the bar, not on a table, just literally on the bar, with a glass of wine between his legs.
Just like laughing at it.
Yeah.
Just instead of a source of milk, a glass of wine.
It's wine.
Lumi and Wawin. What do you guys look like?
Go ahead.
You want to go first? Yeah, I
You
can go first. Yeah. No, that's fine. So Lumi is a full sea elf, though lacking the blue complexion. Short, white hair, dressed in these this sealskin jacket and trousers with bits of bone strategically placed around it. And see a quite simple looking longbow just leaning up against the table, and stepped to the outside of both fins is a bone dagger, and quite obviously as well, next to her is just standing on the table is a white-tailed eagle.
It's an eagle.
Just an eagle.
Well, I think Warwin, kind of small for a gnome. You see some blue tattoos on his hands. And he has sort of bad hair, painted blue hair. He usually prestidigitates it bluer when he wants to approach more likely. Has a mix of leather and metal armor, scale mail. Has a weird sort of shield. It has a metal pin pointing up and a metal pin pointing down on his back. And he's really pale. Oh god, he's pale. And he just sits and scribes in the bar right now. Writing paragraphs. Because it's fun.
It's the first time there's been a pen in this bar for a little while. You get me?
First time anything resembling ink has been brought in as well.
Whole new liquid. I don't drink it.
This isn't extremely flammable. What is this?
And following in behind Lance and Porter is an Aganazi who bears a striking resemblance to Porter, except the younger, more rebellious version. Pink hair, eyebrow piercing, dashing scar down the cheek. No quiver on this one, no weapons at all it seems, just a satchel. And following behind you, doing her best not to be annoying right now, just in case you change your mind.
You gotta say the name, man. I have to write it down. I forgot.
Laris. You know Porter's sister's name. If you'd
Yeah, I
been
do,
here
but I didn't write
when
it down,
Julie
man.
wanted to have character conversations instead of saving things in Excel for 30 minutes.
Sounds like a treat.
Oh
Or-
no,
Sorry,
now
I
she's
have to work.
stuck.
Damn you, Shelley! Actually having a job.
Yeah, a day you'd be
Yeah.
doing things.
I'm sorry.
And we got
I keep
D&D to
people
prep for.
entertained.
So you're the three of you walk in, striking quite an impression, as that's an awful lot of person that has just come into the bar between the three of you, all commanding in your own way. Porter sort of filling the room with her energy, Lance with just being
My
big.
That's it. Yeah.
Flexes and a table somewhere in the corner falls over. And Laris just bringing in the explosion of color that everybody really didn't need, and the dwarf in the corner covers his eyes and goes back to drinking.
Damn these hipsters.
As if we weren't color enough. You know. Well,
Immediately upon seeing, because I assume I've gotten a description of Lance. At some
Oh yeah,
point.
you know what Lance looks like. You've probably met Lance maybe twice. You know,
Okay.
events and things. Would have been before she, did that weird thing where she went to be on the surface a lot.
Family gatherings and all that.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody's cousin's funeral that was also a wedding. You don't remember. You were 12.
That was a while ago, considering I'm a full health.
Not 12, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
How old are you? Sorry. Would I know that? Probably.
Probably.
Have an
It's
idea.
80.
Lumi is what? Sorry.
80.
Oh well. Too bad.
Yeah,
No,
definitely
not
would have been
well.
lumped in with Lance as one of the kids, I'd imagine, at family
Yeah,
gatherings. You're like 30.
Just like the kid table.
I
The
am
kid table.
32.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. So when you last saw me, I was really small.
Yeah.
Now I'm really tall.
Far taller than me. At my proud 4'10".
Aww.
Immediately upon seeing Lance, Lumi will rise from the table. Eagle will just jump up on her shoulder and just beeline towards Lance.
Do I know the eagle? Probably not, right?
Probably not, no.
I would imagine not, no.
Is
Eagles
the eagle
don't have
coming
that
towards
long
me
lifespans.
first, or is
I
this
was
just
picturing
you
the events in
both
question being
behind?
underwater, so I doubt the eagle was there.
That is fair as well. Also, eagles don't live that long.
Is the eagle coming at me first, or is it just you?
The
and
eagle's
eagle
sitting on my
is your
shoulder.
All right.
It's a shoulder
Very
eagle,
well-behaved
you know,
eagle.
like a parrot, but huge.
Lumi!
Like Lance, hey,
It's been so long. Wow.
that's been. You're really tall now.
Yeah, you look exactly the same. Well,
Suppose.
you know, hair's a little shorter and stuff, but sure.
So that's your cousin.
Yeah, that's my cousin Lumi. That's my porter.
Hi, I'm Porter.
Hi.
That's my sister.
Yeah, that's the sister.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Laris.
Oh no!
Oh no! Please
Hey,
don't.
I'm not married to that voice. I just suddenly thought, oh shit, that's me.
That was the worst.
I don't know. I don't want to upscale Porter, you know, but well, I'll see what happens.
That's Laris, my sister.
Right.
Yeah.
Apparently, we're traveling together now. Right, Laris?
Give me time to think of a new voice, all right? She like smiles, knowing that was a trap question, and goes to the bar.
Aren't you too young to drink? Are you like 5?
She is not too young to drink.
128 or something.
No, she looks early 20s.
For an elf.
Eggenazi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
We've got
Pointy
2
ears.
Eggenazis and a half sea elf, and they're off
So
coming to
many
the bar.
pointy ears, even the cat have pointy ears.
I mean, most of the races in D&D have pointy ears. It's actually kind of hard to find ones that don't. You got gnomes, dwarves, humans. That's it.
Halflings.
Yeah, halflings don't count as a race.
Wow.
Racist!
So it's like what? It's like what, half a race?
No, they're just small humans, isn't it?
Or are humans die halflings?
Are you just trying to mock me now?
No.
Is that what's happening? Because we're short?
Oh god, that's evil.
Ah,
I think Warren will just pull in Lumi's yak and say, Frosty, I don't know.
Hi,
I'm Porter.
I'm Lance. I'm Lumi's like second cousin to the left or something.
Maybe tell me how it's family or something? Hi, I guess.
Hi, you are so short. Sorry.
I mean,
I like your hair.
thank you. I try to active it.
Oh,
It's
it looks
very
nice.
difficult.
It looks great.
Thank you.
Dashing color of blue. I'm a little jealous.
Yeah. I mean, I can fix it, you know. Maybe not be good, but who knows? I don't know.
We can see if you bought me a beer or you know, whatever. Sorry, we're so
Just
freaking late.
drinks all around.
What?
Just-
No, I'm not gonna pay for things all around.
No, what? How did you
What?
get?
The-
What?
You're such an
You confuse me, and I will start scribing again.
I turn to the bartender and be like, drinks all around, please. Once only, once. But one time, all around.
Cheapskate.
Gwali
I
pulls
will-
up a bottle of the only drink that they sell here, the whiskey. Whiskey must have brought his own wine to be drinking in here. Because it is just whiskey that is sold here. Ironically,
Everybody's
whiskey is the only
drinking
one not drinking whiskey.
Great.
He would
And
have.
So
and it comes in these little like half height tankards, but they're still as wide as normal tankards, so it's quite a hefty measure that you're getting. And Gwali just puts enough tankards out on the table for the five of you, and it just places the bottle and just goes back to the other end of the bar. That is the most effort he, she, they are willing to put in.
it's fair. I distribute. Like, how much gold does he want from me for that?
He doesn't appear to indicate.
Good. Drinks all around, guys. Take it.
There is a slight. It looks like some of the hair moves forward, so you think he might have tilted his head forwards, but hard to tell. But it has been a while since you were here, and you did used to get very drunk and spend a lot of money in here, so maybe a familiar sight to see.
I just give him 3 gold. We'll see how far that gets me.
Pretty far. There is a nod of approval, and 2 are taken.
Oh, I'll take the other one back then.
What
For
a sweet
later.
little ball of fur. That's nice.
I will turn to Laris as she comes up to the bar, and I will. So, you all here to gaze at the turnip?
Well, now that I've seen it, I think I might.
It's quite something, isn't it?
No, I really don't have much of an interest in turnips.
Oh, okay. And I
Sorry.
turn back.
I just
That's-
push a glass of whiskey, 2 glasses of whiskey in that direction, and then 1 glass of whiskey towards whiskey. And then I guess I gave away too many glasses, so there's just a bottle left, but I just take that then.
Yep. Sounds about right.
The whiskey's gonna very very nonchalant. You just push the glass away to the other direction.
I just thought off the bar, you know, 'cause
Laris is going to lean into you more back and say, "Is that your cat?"
No, I think it's the bars, but don't you think it should be drinking milk?
Oh, not in those boots.
His
And it's
his
a
tail
pretty sweet
starts
hat.
flailing.
Sorry, Chivo.
His tail starts flailing.
Yeah, this is not sort of trying to hide it from you in any way. Just assuming that you can talk about the cat because you can talk around cats.
It's a cat.
Yeah, exactly. The cat's not going to care.
I wonder
Lumi,
how he gets him to wear the hat and boots.
Lumi just looks suspiciously at the tankard. Then notices that the eagle is looking towards the cat and says, "No, no, stop that."
Oh, I think I know what happens next. Eagles don't like cats. You know, they're just about the right size.
depending on the size of the eagle. But
Y-
some eagles also like big cats, so depending on the size. Of the eagle.
Yeah. Depending on the size of the eagle.
We're talking
Just
about
saying.
a bird here the size of Warwen.
We did-
Well, the eagle doesn't eat me yet.
Well, we're just in a
So-
bar, aren't we? We're just in a bar. We don't need to be super specific about what kind of eagle. Nobody cares. What kind of eagle?
Fine,
You know
nobody
what?
cares then.
I kind of miss this, to be honest.
What?
It's been kind
Oh,
of different at the Watchtower than all of this. So, this is nice.
Cheers.
Cheers!
So well, we're here now. We met Lance's cousin. What are we doing now?
Plan of
Yeah.
strategy, I suppose.
I guess so. Lumi, any ideas?
What,
Um,
sorry, before we make strategies, you brought a companion too, right? That's like, I'm Lance's companion and Warwick is your companion, and we just hang out together now, right? I got that right?
I just met him on the way here.
Oh. Well, okay.
Oh, well, why are you here then?
What?
Warwin.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I don't know.
Oh,
No, the thing is that she's a sea elf, and I need to find wet creatures. It's a whole thing, okay? Just ask too many questions.
You
I mean,
vampire
companion is a
creatures?
strong word. I will see it as acquaintance,
Okay.
like a
I'm
travelling
subscribing.
acquaintance. Well, safety in numbers on the road.
Oh,
Right?
that's true.
I will turn around as he. Water creatures, you say? Did I hear
Yes,
that right?
Yes, wet creatures.
Oh yeah, you got a sea elf right here, and then another half elf sea elf.
Yeah,
Half sea elf? Yeah, here.
Yeah, but I'm not wet right now.
Well, right. So
You look
Porter,
wet
don't
to
look
me.
at me like that. Porter, stop it.
That is
I mean,
so
you look fishy.
gross.
Okay? Fishy.
I don't. Well, excuse me for being a half sea elf and looking a little bit fishy.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
I can
I'm
breathe
looking for
underwater.
Yeah, looking for that. Yeah.
so
Man.
I am oh, I don't think we ever named my I am
Name it right now. Just commit, man. We can come back and watch it and write it down later.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That's how this works.
That's why we stream it. It's the only reason. Nobody watches. It's just that we can come back and watch the stupid things
It's
that
for
I named
archiving.
those.
Nobody reads the logs on the server, but we still need it in case.
Just in case.
I'm a dwarf of the sea stone. We watched and there's some problems going on with the connection. So I am also looking for creatures of the sea.
Oh yeah, portals to the water plane are, well, the portal to the water plane is not doing great.
We shouldn't talk about it so loud.
Talk about what?
No,
Paul?
nothing. No. There was nothing. The dwarf is crazy. Lily doesn't know what she's talking about.
Yes, just the sea stone. And I'm gonna move over to the table with them and just sit
Yeah.
down and act as
Yeah,
if I
that's
am both
it
of
is
them.
not hard to get enough space around a table for all of you in this very large, mostly empty bar.
All this space. Why do you sit next to me? The big bar.
Because you're looking for the same thing I'm looking for.
Yeah, but
So I'm just gonna hitch my wagon to you.
it's my sea creatures. I found this one. Alright, it's fine to me. I don't know. It's unrelated.
You can share. They're all good with that.
Yeah, but you mean,
Yeah,
are you
I'm good
okay
with
with sharing?
secrets.
Are you good with secrets?
I'm
I'm
super
not
good
so
with
hot
secrets.
about sharing, actually. What the hell is good? I lost track of
No,
what
I'm not
we were
good with
talking
sharing. I'm
about.
good
What
with
are we
secrets.
talking about?
What?
Secrets?
I don't know. I think the emergency food supply is talking to the dwarf.
Well,
I think it was a bad joke, but I thought it was great.
That completely went over my head. What was the joke?
Emergency food supplies talking to the dwarf.
Oh, okay.
Did the cat just talk?
Everyone loves it. Wait,
Wait, what?
Did the cat just talk? Out of character question, or was that achieved?
No, that was just me.
Okay.
Okay.
But that would have been a great reveal. Hello, Greta. Why is everyone talking?
Why is everyone laughing? I don't get the joke. The cat just talk.
it's got no frame of reference for humor.
What is this laughing I heard? I'm not feel surprised. You know, I
So-
need your help and you need my help.
Well,
Aren't we all here because we need each other's help? Isn't that the deal? Like, no.
Well, I don't really know what it is. I really don't know what I'm doing with this voice. So just it's gonna be all over the place.
She's in middle 20s, going through the period of the voice changing.
Yeah, that's when that happens. Sure.
Yeah,
In this
yeah,
world,
half the
well, it's for Eganazis, It's like they're mostly air. It's kind of difficult to keep the vocal cords in check,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It affects the frequency.
Yeah. So well, I mean, I know that we need to sort out a problem that we've got with the
Stuff with the stuff, yes.
Yeah.
I
with
think
the stuff.
all of them also need to fix a problem they have with the stuff.
Yeah,
right?
because we got a portal, right?
There is. Oh my god! Shut up.
okay, so I think
It's like
Yeah.
having two sisters all of a sudden. It's shit.
I think they have the same problem.
Having little sisters is shit.
Listen, you wanted
So-
to come with. Yeah, this is your problem now.
Yeah. Well.
Sorry. What?
Yeah, I came here to get some help, and then I saw the turnip, and I just, wow, look at that turnip.
It is a supreme turnip. That is true.
Oh,
Do you know how long
that's
it's been
hard.
there?
Turnip.
Supreme
I thought it
turnip.
was food, not a decoration.
It is food, theoretically.
But
I
it's
don't
such
think
an
it's food
amazing
anymore. It looks
turnip.
like it's been there for years.
Longer,
It would just be
longer.
it would just be a crime to eat such a supreme
No,
turnip.
don't eat it. I think you die if you eat it because I don't think it's any good anymore for eating.
Yeah, I mean it's large.
Has anybody ever tried to steal it? Just
No,
out of curiosity,
no.
How would I know? What? Who are we asking?
I think
No,
the gods would come
I
down
mean-
and smite
I'm
anybody
asking
who
for them
tried to
because she's
steal
from
it.
around here.
I mean, who would ever try to?
She's not from
drunkenly
around
steal
here.
the
She's from
supreme turnip?
Catering.
She's been here a
Ejderha.
while. There is Jesus Christ. Oh, you know how long she's been away.
Lucky.
Jesus Christ, whoever that is.
Jeremy, why just talking about stealing a turnip?
No, no one's talking about stealing any turnips. Don't you worry. No one's worried about stealing turnips. No one wants to steal turnips.
We don't
Yeah, from the
know
bar.
what it is. Yeah. It was a joke.
Yeah. We're not stealing turnips. Okay, no one talk about stealing turnips because if we actually want to do it, like talking about it is a really bad way of going about it. So let's not talk about it anymore.
At this point, a halfling in a very nice waistcoat and a sort of double-breasted suit walks in, sees the other halfling that was in the corner of the room drinking, not really the corner, kind of middle corner-ish, and goes and joins him at the table. There's a tankard brought up and filled from the bottle that is on that table, and they both sit there drinking silently.
At this rate, they have a better chance of stealing that turnip than we do.
We don't want to steal the turnip.
No, shit. No, of course not. That would be ridiculous.
So let me
Roll insight
now
on that.
again. What's going on? We searching for stuff, right? How do we go about getting that stuff? Like, are we gonna take a ship? Where are we even going? I have no freaking clue. I just got pinged from upstairs.
How did you know
That's
about it?
why I was asking you. You've been on the surface longer than I have. I think.
Yeah, right.
At least
But
you've
it's
seen
the
more of
first
the
time I've
surface
been
than I
here.
have.
You know, I thought we'd figure this out kind of together. Well, we could take a ship north, I guess. But the question is, are there any ships north? Do we find a ship that is, willing to
Sailing?
go wherever we want to go and not exactly following a specific route where we know we won't find anything because they take that route all the time?
Is he talking about the thing?
Well, I mean,
think she's
I'm pretty
talking
sure
about
we
the
just
thing.
need a ship,
Oh,
right?
he's just talking
We
about
gotta
the
go
thing.
look for the stuff.
Can
just
you
trying-
sail a ship all by yourself, young lady?
Oh no, I thought that's why we brought you in it.
Well, I can't sail a whole ship by myself.
Well, we ain't even got a ship right now, so maybe we should focus on that part first.
You want
But
to buy a ship?
Do we have a ship?
Oh, I thought we could steal one.
When? When?
I think the turn would no.
There
I don't
wasn't
mean it.
notice
We're not gonna
before.
steal a ship. I mean, we could, you know.
Aunt is my second cousin.
We
I
could
have
also
no idea
just-
who the rest of these people are.
Hey,
Yes. Yeah, the feel. Oh, fever. I don't know.
All right,
sorry, I
all right.
wasn't
We're
paying
not gonna
attention to anyone.
steal the ship. All right, we're not gonna steal the ship. Fine.
We're stealing a ship.
No, we're not stealing a ship.
Oh, all right. Sorry, I just
Should we?
I don't know. I thought we were just gonna ask Whale or something.
a whale.
yeah, they can't breathe underwater. That's a no-go. And I haven't been in water
Actually,
for...
we don't need to breathe.
Whale is
Wait,
the mammal who
We're
needs
air
color
ganasses.
of
We
the-
make our own
They-
air. We don't need to breathe at all.
Dwarf and gnome, though.
Oh,
No,
right.
I have abilities.
Can't you be?
How annoying! He like just I have abilities.
Yes, I can.
I'm special.
Just because I'm a gnome doesn't mean I can go in water.
Do you need
Wouldn't
to
it be
breathe?
a little cold,
Yes,
though?
of course.
I think the cat would do better than you in the water.
I mean, go ask the
Are you
cat at
sure?
the bar then.
No,
Yeah, cat at the
you
bar.
do
Do you like
better in
water?
water.
See, it's a cat. It's
What
not
do
going to
you
reply.
think?
What? Wait,
What?
what?
Right, they talked.
Did that cat just... What's in this whiskey? I want more.
Well, I've got the bottle.
Aw, come on.
Well,
Don't be like
well,
that, Porter. You know,
The cat-
empty glass right here. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I almost
did the cat
expected
just
bottle
talk,
to
or-
show up.
We're slightly further away than that, but not by much. Laris is definitely going to go straight up to the bar. I always dreamed about a cat that could talk.
Oh, you did.
I think the cat just talked.
So, Cat, what's your name?
What's it to you?
Well, I've never met a cat that could talk before, and if I go around telling people I've met a cat that could talk, the first thing they're going to say, what was its name? And I'm going to go, I didn't ask. And they'll be like, well, how do you know it could talk if you didn't even think to ask its name? Seems unlikely to me.
He looks over. Are you rich, more?
No. I'm
And I have no
Laris.
interest in you. And he goes back to his drink.
The cat's kind of an ass.
Yeah, the cat's kind of an ass.
No, it's not an ass. It's a cat.
No, it would be bigger if it were an ass.
Yeah.
You think you're
Not a
so
hold on.
hilarious. I think
No.
you're hilarious, Porter. That's
Illiterate
really
dwarf. Yes.
But
offensive.
I
Laris
guess-
snickers and then catches herself and looks very stern-faced.
But I guess most cats are kind of stuck up and snotty.
Yeah, well, most cats can't talk either.
They believe the gods.
They what?
What? Cats.
They-
I think that-
They
think the
believe
high-
they're
high cat-
gods.
Oh, I thought you said they
It's so
believe
hard,
in
man.
gods. I was like, how's that
Oh,
different than
yeah.
anybody else?
I really don't get why you're also surprised about a talking cat.
So are you a god that you can talk, cat?
Are you picking a fight with me?
No, I'm just asking a question. Somebody said that the cats are gods, and I'm asking, you can talk, so you're obviously much better than a normal cat.
I am
So-
obviously better than a god.
Well, I mean, that's your answer then, yeah. I mean, it's like, what? You're like, oh, what do gods believe in? I'm that. Like it. Go big or go home.
Wow.
So we might want this guy on our side then, because you know.
Is he-
I picked the wrong people to believe in, apparently. Wow.
He looks like a
Uh,
tiny pirate. It's kind of cute.
If he
just
scratches
buttering
your
an
eyes
elven.
out, it's your own fault.
Just buttering an elven. Yeah, more food if things go bad.
Can't eat them.
Whoever
Yeah.
that is.
Whoever that is. We need something like that for in canon. Give me something.
Make him the god of wine.
So Bacchus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, Jesus already was the god of wine, let's be honest. Got a great
he
food
whined
coloring and
all
a
day and
time
all
machine,
night.
that's what he was. So, moving on swiftly.
No.
At this point, the bar door opens, and a bearded man sticks his head in, just for a brief moment, sees your table, and immediately slams the door shut. With him
Is he
on the outside. Yeah, he sort of like, he did that thing where he's like opened the door and sort of leans around the door and then sees your table and immediately just slams the door and...
Guys, I think there's trouble coming.
No, I think that was reasonable.
Did you see this,
Cat's an
Porter?
asshole. I don't know.
Roll
Would
a
I have-
perception check to see if you just happen to be looking in the right direction at the right moment.
Roll.
Oh, it's gonna be
First
shit.
roll of the game!
I always
Roll one.
Okay. Okay, general perception. That's a 5.
General perception.
Wow.
So...
Silent, get out.
Hey man, you fail upwards, that's how general it is. So, yeah, you didn't see who it was, so you didn't see the person. Maybe caught a glimpse of, the door slamming.
I heard the door slamming and I was like, oh yeah, reasonable. I wouldn't go in here either. Like, the cat's an asshole.
The cat's an asshole. We're all assholes, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Well, and I heard a rumor going around that people in this area don't even think halflings are a race, and there's quite a few halflings in the bar.
Let's talk about being halfling.
Maybe the guy just doesn't like halflings.
Who knows?
I don't know.
Not really our problem.
To be fair,
Sure,
some of the
go on.
orcs in the city probably don't think that halflings are a race.
No, halflings are bite-sized.
They're just human children, right? They just grow into humans.
They just take longer than the usual human children.
Yeah, they keep outliving them when they're trying to mature them. So...
Yeah, just no. Well,
Yeah, so plan. So we're all looking for this. This is very
I'm like,
difficult.
this is super fucking stupid, and I want to talk about this a little bit more openly, but like not here openly. So should we get a room?
Yeah,
Just
turn
all
up to
go
hear
to
us.
the room and have a little bit of privacy.
No, that sounds
I
good.
do have a room. I assume I have a room.
You have a room.
Have a room.
It'll be a squeeze, but
Is there a bigger room?
once you roll up your bedroll, you've probably got room for everybody to sort of crowd in there.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like
Cool.
the people here ever check the water, so we could just dive in and talk.
Yeah, I don't think everybody can do that. Remember, we're on the
Aye.
surface now, and
Surface people.
yeah,
I wouldn't have a problem going under the water
and talking,
And
staying
talking.
there.
and staying
Yeah.
there.
Up with you people. That is so weird to me.
I think we're all looking for the same thing, and so we're all like,
Geared up towards it forever from your birth on. That's still freaking weird to me. But sure, who's
an amazing
wants to
coincidence.
go
We're
into
all
the
here.
water? I haven't
We're all
been
here gazing at this amazing turnip.
Honestly,
Yeah.
not that crazy a coincidence. this is probably the bar that people would direct you to if you were like, yeah, I'm looking for something, but I need a ship to take me there. This is the kind of weird, like, cagey. You're not really saying what it is that you're doing. People will just send you to the turnip. It's the easiest. It's probably the best filter because you'll either get robbed and killed or you'll find what you're looking for. And either way, somebody's going to be happy at the end of it.
And let's be honest,
That's
the most
all
important
over.
thing is you're then out of. You're then
Yeah,
just.
yeah, it's someone else's problem.
Yeah.
All right, who wants to and can go into the water and talk there?
It's a sand.
Oh, we don't need to breathe, so yeah.
Mm.
I'm good
Fuck
with
my
that.
hair though.
Or
So everybody
You bring
can
the
do
cat?
that. Everybody's fine with that.
Just
Oh,
jump into
so
the
weird.
water.
Sure, all right, let's go. I haven't been in water in 8 months. It's gonna be great.
At this rate, I'm gonna find out the cat likes swimming after all.
Yo, cat, you're coming with? Are you also searching for something?
Of course,
Wink.
I'm
Fill the
searching for
void.
something. Why else would I be in this wretched bar?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
This
mean-
isn't great. I don't know why Porter recommended it, to be honest. The whiskey is fine though.
Yeah, what more do you need?
Like a
Like,
little
it's a
nice
bar, you're not
ambience,
supposed
you
to
know?
marry it.
There's this really cool bar in Sarah where you can like play music and shit. It's great. Never mind. Let's go.
That does actually sound super cool. She just walks after Lance, wherever she's going.
But are we really going into the water, Slay? Let me. Oh,
Yeah.
Lumi, you're coming. It was your idea.
Obviously.
I thought you were joking. Okay.
Everybody just not going into.
Okay,
Alright.
so it's really not that far to the water.
Ooh.
You're only like 2 layers of buildings deep from the coast, from the docks. So you could get up there. It's mid-afternoon, so it's a little busy, but the cold is keeping it a little bit quieter. Water's going to be cold.
Ooh.
It's not.
Yeah, it's probably going to be slightly warmer.
Like the water here is gonna be warmer than the air, and it's not gonna be cold by Lumi standards.
Yeah, no, you'll be fine. So you all jump in the water. Whiskey, what are you doing?
I'm staying on shore.
Yep, you're just standing in the bar. All right. So
You,
while
you
you're
just have
staying,
an eagle staring at you, Whiskey.
so while you're staying in the bar, about 5 minutes after everybody leaves, a figure opens the door and comes through it in one motion and slams it behind him and says, "All right then," and then sees the empty table and goes, "Ah, shit." And it's half elf with this sort of ashen brown complexion and a little short beard and a bit of a bowl cut. Bow and quiver. Takes a seat at the bar. Sees the tankard of whiskey that you'd sort of pushed along beforehand. Says, "Are you drinking that?"
I'd rather die.
Good. And he slams it back.
That cat is so passive aggressive.
Passive progressive or passive aggressive?
Definitely aggressive.
No, he's passively progressive.
He's pissed for a reason.
It's like, oh, you gotta drink that. I'd rather die.
He's pissed for a reason. He's having.
Yeah,
I mean,
cat.
I do appreciate
Yeah,
the
isn't it the
appropriate
worst?
amount of absolute drama we're getting from this cat.
Fucking cat! Well, I guess we were in the water soon. I will just cast alter self on me, getting gills and shit.
No worries. Well, we're still in the bar right now, though, so we'll get back
Oh,
to
we
you
are?
guys. Yeah, we'll get back to you, crazy cats, shortly. We got to deal with this actual cat first.
This real imaginary cat.
Yeah.
But
What's
just
your name,
metaphorically
cat?
imaginary cats.
Well, you can talk. Tell me your name.
Do I know you?
No.
He squints. Are you Richmore?
Yes.
Ah, finally! I am Whiskey.
Marsek Richmore. Nice
I've
to
heard
meet
you have a ship.
I do have a ship.
Bring me on it.
Why?
Why would you not want me on your ship?
Do you know how to sail?
I know how to do everything.
That's good, because I don't know how to sail.
You don't know how to sail.
I don't. I won
Why
the
would
ship.
you have a ship then?
I won it.
Hmm.
I'm gonna take it to find a mythical land.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes, that is my objective. We must find
Wait.
people who can sail a ship.
You're also looking for Ejder.
Of course I am. Why would I be looking for you?
Alright, you're in. It's gonna be an equal share all round once we get the crew down.
Yes, we must find people who can sail a ship.
Well, we need a captain.
Ah, I'm obviously very.
You're not gonna be the captain. I'm gonna get somebody who's had a ship before.
A captain needs to be a leader. There is no better.
Captain.
Damn it, too late.
Get out!
Oh no!
Out!
Thank you, that's the best I can do.
Well, cheers.
That's pretty good.
See you next week.
Bye, Potter.
Oh no!
Freaks. I mean, you do have the captain set, to be honest.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get a. Maybe if you prove yourself, you could be first mate.
Fine, fine. Let's just get the ship.
Well, we need to get a crew first. That's why I'm here. I'm hoping that I'll be able to find a captain.
How many people do you need?
Oh, I don't know. I've never had a ship before.
So, your standards for your crew.
Well, I'm gonna take you, aren't I?
Well, yes, obviously you would take me. I am magnificent.
Well, that's an example of my standards then.
That's a problem. We are never gonna find someone as magnificent as me.
Well, then we'll just have to settle, won't we, Cat?
Yes, yes. We need to settle.
Alright. This conversation goes back and forth in much the same vein for a while with more
Is that
drinking.
a French accent?
I don't know. It's an accent. It's not French. I think.
Hey
think
man,
I vaguely-
there's no such place as France, so it doesn't
think-
matter.
I think I vaguely based it on Inigo Montoya, but not Inigo Montoya. Fuck. What's his name?
Oh yeah, that guy who fights for his father who died or something.
No.
Antonio
Antonio Banderas.
Banderas.
Is what I meant.
Oh,
Wow,
Because he-
that is amazing. Sorry, you skipped over Antonio Banderas to pull out the name of the second-hand adversary that becomes a friend from the Princess Bride's name, because that's an impressive miss.
I don't know, man. They're
oh, it's
both.
a good movie.
That's fantastic.
But
All
it
right.
was on Christmas Eve.
So we and in that classic 80s style where they need to have the transition, the screen bubbles up and now we're underwater under the dock and there are 5 of you, 6 of you, including Laris, sat there underwater.
Just a quick question. You said something about this being at the edge of a lake, so this is freshwater? Or am I
No, this is not freshwater.
missing it completely?
No,
Okay.
no. Yeah, where you started your journey, that was a lake.
Ah, okay.
Where you are
Right.
now is a north coast. In fact,
a lock.
if you would, well, the lock is where you started off. Yes, you have travelled from there, and now I will move you all
Ooh.
over to
Transition.
Whoop, whoop. And let's show that to the stream as well. So.
Enhance.
So if you see Prulens up in the top right corner of North Torpen, That is
Yes.
where you are currently. Just
Yes.
to the northeast of Krollis, in the mountains there, is where Lance and Porter began their journey with Laris. Well, not with Laris. Laris came shortly after the river crossing. Laris showed up, and you guys, well, we all know what happened there. He says, nobody knowing what happened there.
Yep.
No, we all know. It's fine. We
And
can all
the
read
rest, as
minds.
they say, is history. Unfortunately, no one has studied said history.
So that's a little bit of a quick overview of where we currently are in the world. So this water that you're currently in, a mix of fresh and salt, since it is near the mouth of a river.
Okay, so it's backish.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so what are we doing next?
Wait. Welcome, Trull.
Wait, did we do a split?
commitment.
first?
Yeah, that was great.
I'm using my amphibious heritage.
Of course.
I can just straight up breathe her, so.
Can everyone breathe underwater?
Yeah.
No.
Well, no, but I can.
No, the Eganazis just don't have to breathe. That's a different thing.
Right.
Well, they can hold their breath indefinitely, I think it is.
Yeah, this literally, you don't have to breathe then. It's just convenient to, you can smell things.
I can breathe underwater. I just walk down like everybody can. I don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Fucking weird.
Of
I can
course.
breathe underwater for an amount of time right now. I don't know that though.
Well, you know that.
I mean, I know that I can breathe underwater. I do not know that it is limited.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, of course you have not been underwater. Yeah. Takes a
I
while to get back in
leveled
the swing of
down, man.
things.
That's gonna be awkward.
Well, not yet.
You got some time.
It's fine.
Yeah, you flip over that hourglass for me and see how far we get before Lance just quietly drowns, not realizing there was a problem.
That's dark.
Yeah.
Thinking that the feeling of drowning is just what you're supposed to feel.
Oh, this is weird. I'm having a panic attack.
Yeah.
Water in my lungs. Oh, this is a feeling.
I mean, it was putting water in my lungs for an hour. Why is it a problem now?
It's been a while since this happened. This is so weird. It feels like I'm a teenager again. Wait, fuck.
shit. So, before we get to that point, let's. What are we order?
You sound so dumb. So.
And you put it on a silly voice, so just everything at once.
It's an underwater
before
voice.
We went in. I wanted to look around if anybody's.
Oh, sure. Make a perception check.
Hmm.
Second roll of the game.
The water?
11.
11.
Perception is 15, though.
There's a couple of people around. One of them just watches you all go into the water.
Yeah, just like swan dive over the leg.
My people need me.
Like, a bunch of blue people, one of them had a bird that then just took off and they all jumped in the water. That's interesting, John. And what do the voices think of that?
I like to think that there's just a fisherman at the pier looking over.
Yeah,
looking down at the
literally.
bottle
So
of
it's
whiskey,
just
looking
yeah,
over where
that's
we
it.
aren't anymore.
He looks at his buddy. Hey, I'll have some more of that.
So we're all looking for the same place, right?
Yeah. Ejder, right?
Ejder.
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 Ada.
Ejder.
Ejder?
Somebody
Ejder?
spell that for me.
EDJER?
Ejder.
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 I can.
Ejder.
I'm good at taking notes,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ejder.
It's literally in the first line of the player brief in the Discord
Yeah.
channel.
Yeah,
so,
but how do you pronounce it?
Yeah, how do you pronounce it? You didn't spell it with the pronunciation.
Well, you guys haven't met anybody who knows how to pronounce it yet, so.
I mean, where's the word?
Actually, Porter knows how to pronounce it. It is Ejder.
Ejder?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to Ejder.
And Morbek, you would have known that as well,
Ejder.
since you were told the name as opposed to reading it.
Reading it, right? Okay.
I read it, so.
Lumi,
that's-
So
you
we
didn't
need a
know
ship.
the name of the island. You just knew that there was a place you needed to go and look for Sarite, whatever that is.
I might have not been given a brief about what Sarite is and what it looks like.
Yeah, you have. It looks like a rock that is kind of glowy. It wasn't the best description ever.
I imagine that
Like
people
they
told
showed
me-
you some, but you know it was a rock. So-
Yeah. it's kind of like someone shows you any metal from the periodic table. It's just like, yeah, it's a
yeah, it
dull
looks,
grey metal.
yeah, it looks like a metal. So this one's slightly denser than the last one, I guess.
This one is a slightly different shade of grey.
Oh, this one kills me when I touch it. Nice.
This one kills me when I swallow it. This one kills me if I'm near it. This one is harmless.
I think.
That would have been a very different puzzle for the Harry Potter test in Philosopher's Stone.
Yeah, identify which one of these metals will kill you by proximity.
Can you tell the difference between lead and uranium by licking it? We want to find out.
Have you tried the taste test for radium?
All right, so we're underwater.
So we all need to go to this
Ejder.
Ejder.
Well,
Mm.
technically, we need to find some Sarite, and I've heard that it's
I just-
Ejder is where we find it.
Yeah, I just know that I need to find a absolute fuck ton of Sarite.
Yes, I need lots as well.
I need.
As
true.
in, I need enough to stabilize portal potentially for centuries.
Yes, that would be my ideal as well.
Right, are we
So
all
we
trying
all
to
need a
stabilize the
fuck ton
portal?
of Sarah.
So are we all trying to stabilize the portal then?
I was trying to stabilize the same portal or different portals.
Oh, well,
I mean,
we've
I'm
got an.
giving you. What? You do.
No, you go ahead.
no,
Which one
no,
are you
no.
doing?
You do first.
We've got a. Well, Porter, maybe you should tell him.
No.
Porter,
I don't think we're talking about the same portal.
Are we there?
where does your portal go to?
Portal
Fine.
plane.
Yeah, well, don't tell us where it is here, but where does
I mean,
it
you
go?
know where it- I've never been gone through it. I just know it exists. I've read it.
Okay.
So you need Sarite for a portal that you don't know where the portal is, so you need to find
And-
Sarite and the portal?
I know where the portal is. I have not been to it.
Oh, right.
Yes. And
But
it's.
where does it lead to?
That's the reason. It's the water portal. Just the water plane. It was written in the text.
Alright.
Not so complicated. It's just
I-
elemental.
Definitely a different portal one from ours then.
I guess.
Because ours goes to the airplane.
What?
Yeah, the plane of air. So the water
And we're
plane.
looking for a water thing, right?
Well, we're looking for a mineral thing.
Oh. Oh. There wasn't. Why are we underwater? I can't write underwater. This is terrible.
Did you leave your books outside? Or are they all
No, my
weird?
books are enjoyed, I believe, by the sea or the lock.
Yeah, there's you've definitely found a way to waterproof your spellbook. That is. Don't worry. I'm not that
There's
much of a
literally
dick.
a common item for that.
There is.
FYI.
You're
I
a
know.
pretty talented wizard. You figured it out. That is my ruling on it.
It's a
You
water
figured out.
portal.
Use parchment instead of paper.
Yes, I'm smart now. Of course. It's
Okay.
it's the portal with lock Ejderha. It goes to the water plane, according to a tomb that I found.
My portal goes to the water plane as well.
Well, you see that I mean, that's fixed one portal, I guess, or maybe two.
Wait, so you mean that all these portals are kicking up a fuss at the same time?
I wonder if the fire in the Earth portal is affected as well.
I don't know, really. I didn't even know we had an air portal until like 3 weeks ago.
Uh,
Well,
yeah,
12 weeks ago, but you know.
the portal at the pole has been acting strange for over a year now.
What is your portal doing? How's the weather?
Well, I haven't been down there. It's like 2,000. It's like over 2,000 feet underwater.
The weather's been a lot worse where we are. Well, not where we are now, but where me and Porter are from.
Well, from what
By
I've
the
heard,
portal.
the currents are being super weird down there. Haven't really affected, the surface ice too much. Yeah.
I know a little bit about weather, and it's all about currents, isn't it? It's like hot air moving and cold air moving, and you know, like when one of the reasons we try to keep the portal closed is so that it doesn't create too much of a problem with the weather and stuff, because the airplane's so much warmer than the air we'd have constant storms around it. It's getting bad. We're gonna get a lot of lightning and whatnot around our way.
So,
Yeah, and storms. The cold air hits hot air, and they have a fight. Apparently, I don't know. The monks were talking about
I
it.
know everything about storms. You don't need to talk about it. No. There's storms in the lock area too, and we need to solve it.
so we need to steal a ship and go to the island, unless we just want to walk there, but that would take a long time.
I don't think we're allowed to steal a ship, are we, Porter?
We can just book passage on a ship or buy a ship or, bully
Should we
people
ask
into
away?
giving us a ship, which is also
How
not
much
a
are
great-
ships anyway?
And I think if we try to book passage to Ejder, we're going to get laughed at because everybody thinks it's, a land of fairies that doesn't really exist.
Oh, do they?
I mean, sure, but Porta, didn't you tell me about like these bounty hunters that are also trying to get there because Sarah is worth a fuck ton of money?
Did I?
Yeah, you totally did.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, sure.
And like the farthest northern point from here, so probably nearest to Ejder, what is rumored to be it, is like the city. So there's got to be a lot of people asking about that exact thing,
Which is why I wanted
bet-
to go to the Supreme Turnip, because that's where most people go when they want stuff.
Should we just go back? I mean, we're not going to see a captain in the water, I guess. This is our Western mystery.
Yeah, I think you usually find them on top of the water. I don't think they like going in the water. I think that means their day's gone really badly.
That was funny.
I mean, I think it's magic to
It
be
was.
on there.
I still think we just ask a whale for a ride. But
No.
Well, we could just go back to the turnip because it's the turnip and see if any of the people there are captains.
So, but we gotta like agree that we are going to Ejder to obviously get Sarite because it's worth a fuck ton of money, and not because we all have super ulterior goals that people could use to fuck shit up on this beautiful planet, right?
Or we're going
I
to
guess.
Ejder to just look for the lost dwarven civilization that's there and get all their stuff because that's going to be worth lots of money.
Or we could just anyone who asks.
Just say research. We're going to do research. It's easier. Nobody questions scientists.
Do I look like I would do research?
Well, so we're bringing you along for the muscle because of the evil
stuff.
We could also just get anyone who asks. I don't
No,
see.
I'm good with that.
listen, no, we wanna. This is just gonna make it so much harder to get anywhere, though, because there's just more people coming who then try to fuck you up. You gotta
Right.
play a little bit by the rules, just a little bit.
Okay, so
Wow,
we're going to
Watchtower
Ejder
has changed me.
to research the ancient civilization there and find all of their relics. And we're bringing Muscle along because who knows what's there at a mythical land that would try to eat us, and we don't want to get at. So we bring
Yeah.
Muscle along.
I agree with the dwarf for some reason.
That sounds smart. And also people who know about, being underwater, living there. Like Lumi.
Yeah, like Lumi.
And I know, like, I've been a sailor for most of my life, so.
Oh, really? You never mention it.
Didn't I say I came with a ship?
No, I was being sarcastic. You literally don't talk about anything else. Oh, when I was on the ship 3 years ago, I saw a dolphin and it did a jump over a porpoise, whatever one of those is.
That was so great, though. Oh, you just had to see that.
Yeah, I think you did. I don't think I'm gonna like
Yeah.
ships.
We just gotta find the right ship and the right
So
people. I don't want to get to too shady people.
I think we just need to find a ship. I don't think we've got the luxury of being picky just yet.
Mm,
Why are we still in the water then?
yeah, let's go back. Because water's
Okay.
nice.
It's
I've been in the water for a while.
cold.
I like the water.
This
It's
is
very private.
this is pretty warm actually.
Nobody pee in here. That's disgusting. We're right here.
I mean, do you know how much whale pisses in the water?
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
I don't wanna
I
know.
won't pee anymore.
Oh, no.
This has been non-stop.
Gotta keep warm somehow.
It's just pure whiskey at this point, you know.
Great. All right.
Cool.
I start heading back.
All right, you'll get out, and it is much colder now that you're wet.
Well, I'm
Once
still
you
in
get
the
into
water.
the air, it's.
Want to take a second just to connect with my god.
Ooh, roll a.
Oh boy.
Yeah, sure. Roll a religion check. Why not?
Oh, so bad. Where's religion? Oh, -1. 2.
This conversation went on for a while, and just as everybody's heading back for the surface, you start to feel that sudden familiar feeling that you remember from your teens as the water stopped being home to you.
Yeah, I get out. I'm like coughing a little. And I'm like, fuck.
Lance, you alright?
I'm good.
You don't look good.
It's just been a while. Been on land for some months.
I'm sorry, I won't pee no more.
Yeah,
didn't know.
that's disgusting, man. It's not your fault. It's.
I don't know how you're gonna deal with the sailors. 7 a.m. They're all lined up on the side of the ship, dicks in hand, you know.
Well, I'm not swimming in the water then.
I didn't say they were pointing out. Gotta stretch the ship's water supply somehow.
No. Let's go back.
So you head back into the bar. Whiskey,
Hello.
this
I'm
human's
cold.
been talking to you. Is this half elf has been talking to you for a while now?
Yeah, he stopped listening for after some time. He's not even pretending to pay attention.
Yeah, that's why I still hold a grudge. I feel betrayed ever since that day.
As the group steps back into the bar, I'll look over, slightly alarmed because they're all dripping wet.
Not Warren,
There's
he is
ice
not
crystals starting to form on some of them as well.
Yeah. And,
You there. You are looking for a boat, right?
Yeah, we're looking for a boat. Why? You have one?
Yes, I have a boat.
and turn to.
As soon as Porter steps through the door, he stands up, knocking over a stool. You!
I take my trident out.
You're back. He's got his.
I
As soon as he sees you take his trident, bow is in hand, arrow to it.
How far away is he?
He is at the bar, so like 15 feet from the door.
So with 40 foot of movement speed, how quickly can I get in his face with the bone dagger?
Oh, super quickly. Roll a dex check.
So while that's happening, I only know what Lance's doing, so I just, pat her vaguely because I'm not looking away from the guy.
Also,
That's a 7.
That's a 7. But he rolled a natural 12, which means for him that is a... Page is still loading. Hello, come on, load the page.
A higher than a
This red circle's been going around for a really long time. You know how like while the page was loading, I was like setting up the thing I was going to say once it loaded, and then it didn't load. So now we're all just sort of here awkwardly. Well, he rolled a natural 12 anyway, so it was better than yours. So what are you doing exactly? Oh, he had advantage on that. It's even better now. So you were doing what?
I'm pulling both my daggers and just rushing him.
Okay.
I see him draw a weapon.
Yeah, you sort of skid to a stop in your tracks as an arrow hits the floor in front of one of your feet, and then another arrow hits in front of the other foot. Not hitting you, but very like you'd kicked the arrows if you kept moving.
as this is happening, I turn to Richmore, completely ignoring the fight, the semi-fight that's going on.
Well, here you go. I found you a crew.
I'm
We
not
should've
taking
thought to
her
just
on my
ask-
ship.
We should have just thought to ask the cat god if he can just make a ship, because
That's
yeah,
just
yeah.
mean, isn't it? It hasn't even been that long.
What, did you know that guy?
It's been 6 months.
Yeah, it's fine. We got the people that left for 2 years and came back, so you
You're
know.
one of them.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Nilao's dead now, isn't he? They're all
What?
dead.
Dead.
What?
Everyone who used to, not everybody, not the people who stayed behind, but the people, the pride
What
of
the fuck are you
Freelands.
talking about?
I'm telling you, the Gamora, Alphonse, Tularai, they're all dead. Nilao's dead too.
No, they're not. What the fuck?
Yeah, they are. I was the only one who got away because I was further away with the bow.
How? What happened?
Alright.
Their voice is probably wrecking you.
I don't think I'm going to be able to talk tomorrow.
Oh, I know that
This
feeling.
guy's going to be
Good
the
voice,
stronger. He's going to be brooding and silent for the rest of the session.
Can I make an insight check to see if he's lying?
Yeah, sure. Make an insight check.
Guys, we're so bad. Still bad. 10.
Nothing higher than 11 today. This is insane.
He rolled a 28 on his
no.
persuasion.
Oh my god.
Oh my Jesus. No. Yeah.
That was a natural 20 and he's part bard, so.
This guy's a bard.
Part
Bard.
bard.
Okay.
But he's a bike part.
So, what do you have to say to that, huh? You left us and they're dead.
Yes.
And it's all my fault.
Yes, people are dead. Let's get going then.
You're my fault. Yeah.
You don't understand. They were everything to us.
Sure. Because I never had people like that. Damn. Do you need like a second? We go? Or do you want us to go?
Please.
No, your friends can stay here. Why are they wet? Doesn't matter. Let's talk outside.
I'm not wet still. Come on. I'm dry, sort of.
He walks out. He still has an arrow to his bow, but he's let the slack out of the string and is sort of holding it because he hasn't stopped holding it more than anything else. And he walks out the bar. You can follow or not. It's really up to you.
Yeah, I follow.
I'm gonna also follow.
I will message
I-
Lumi.
I should mention I'm walking on two legs like a human.
So weird.
Mm.
You haven't seen it because I was sitting up until now, but yeah.
I'm sitting
Fascinating.
at a window seat where I can see outside.
So I'm picturing you just rolling off the bar and then landing on your feet, and after sort of a casual backflip and then walking towards
Yeah.
the bar, like the most economical motion ever, like just
Exactly.
laziness. All right, you follow them out. Are you trying to be stealthy about it?
I'm not.
All right. I'm sorry, friend. This is a private conversation.
I do not care about this. Let's just get to the boat.
Yeah, well, when we've done talking, we'll go find a captain for the boat.
We've already found the captain.
No, we haven't found a captain. We need
I
to
am
find...
standing right in front of you.
I've already said you're not going to be the captain.
Yes, yes, you said that. Let's keep going then.
The captain will decide if you can be the first mate.
I have already decided I am the captain. And since I am the captain, that decision is final.
You're
Okay,
a
I'm sorry. Could you fuck off for a bit?
He looks at you and gives you a very aggressive look.
Are you sure you want to fight with me?
I don't want to fight with you. I want you to fuck off.
He pulls out his rapier.
That thing is adorable.
He turns his rapier to Richmore.
Look, I have one as well. He pulls his own rapier. It's 3 times the length of yours.
So it's a fight you want.
And I'm taking a fighting stance.
Libby, why are these people so weird?
Whiskey. I'll tell you what. I would love to spar with you tomorrow and see what you can do with that little thing. But right now, I really, really need to speak to Porter alone.
Very well then.
He's gonna go over to the side of the bar, lean in, and just fall asleep immediately.
Yep, sure.
His cat.
Yeah. So now that you're outside and alone with Marsek, he looks at you and he just says, "Well, what do you want to know? They're all dead."
Yeah, but I mean, I know that when I left things were bad, but
Yeah, we didn't know how bad.
everyone.
There's got to be 200 hobgoblins in that stronghold by now. There was a landing force of 40, 50. There was bugbears coming out of the woods. We couldn't move.
Like,
I'm never getting surprised by that again. And he gestures with his bow, which you do not recognize.
okay.
It's been a long time, Porter. Waiting for you to come back. So I can tell you.
Longer than. When did this happen?
When do you think? It left a week before we expected them to make landfall. It's been 5 months now.
I'm sorry. Shouldn't have left.
I'm sure it was very important. He does not look sure it was very important.
I didn't mean for this to happen. I didn't. Seemed like the better choice.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you made a big difference doing what you were doing
I'm still
instead.
trying to make a difference.
Yeah. Well, all I've got now is a boat.
Where do you plan on taking that?
I'm in the mood for a foolish quest, so I'm gonna find Ejder. Don't tell me it's not real. I know it's real.
I know.
Oh, you do?
That's where I'm going.
Why? You're supposed to be the sensible one.
Well, you know, I was called back home by my family.
Yeah, something about a sick grandfather.
Well, the grandfather had some secrets that were aired.
Oh, I thought he was ill.
Well, he was ill. He's
Oh,
dead now.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Well,
Looks like all either of us found was death.
well, now we can look for something else together. If,
Well,
you know, you'd let me.
you seem to have got yourself a new group of friends.
Well, I only really know Lance, and I've told you about my sister,
That was your sister.
the pink-haired one, yes.
I should have guessed. Aganazi.
Kind of in the genes.
Yeah. I need a captain. I don't know where to find one. Nobody wants to sail at the moment. Weather's awful. I've seen.
Lance is a sailor. She has experience.
She can captain a ship. That's amazing.
I mean, we're not experienced sailors except for Lance.
That's not so good.
I mean, you're not an experienced sailor, Mars.
Oh, I know. That's why I wanted to find a captain and a crew.
Yeah, we still need to find some people too.
The only reason I have this boat is because I bet everything in one hand against the clans.
Oh, and it worked out, I see. Or was this the losing hand?
No, it worked out. I just didn't realize I wasn't going to get any of the money, and it was just the boat. So all I have is a boat now. Literally, it's just a boat, no money.
I slide him 10 gold.
I'm not interested in your charity. He pockets the 10 gold.
I mean, it was never about charity between us, was it?
Well, I thought it was about having each other's backs. I don't know what it's about now.
We can still have each other's back. Not like I'm a different person.
Yeah, well, it's not like I'm just gonna forget. You weren't there. You don't know what it was like. I'm
No,
very
I
sorry
don't.
your grandfather died. I'm sure that was very hard for you. I ran nearly 100 miles.
I'm sorry I wasn't there, alright? There's nothing I can do to change that now.
Yeah, well, we need to find a captain. Make a history check.
No, that dice betrayed me. It's a good roll. Let's see what I can add to it. It's a 19.
A 19. You can think of a sea captain. Gilly Bronze Fury.
Do you remember Gilly?
No.
Bronze Fury.
No. It was before his time.
Alright. He might be able to captain us. She might be able to captain us.
Female dwarf, quite short, very red hair, a little bit of stubble. Alright. Is she a local? She is.
Yeah. Do you want to meet the rest of the crazy people?
You point at the building, literally the other, like it's a building, then another
okay.
building, and that's the residence around the side of the bar down an alley.
She lives there, and the rest of the crazy people are there. So,
Oh, do you want to
Who do
take
you-
your?
should I get her to meet us?
Well, if you have somebody who knows about boats, maybe that would be a good idea to have them in part of the conversation.
That's fair
And I
enough.
would like to meet the rest of the people that you want to bring along.
Well, want is a strong word
Yes, it
for
is.
most of them. Lance can be very helpful.
I'm sure. He gives you a knowing look.
Wow. Okay, let's just meet them then.
Well, I mean, she's kind of like the last one, but blue, right?
No. She can throw me farther than I can jump.
Alright, that's a little bit better than the last one.
I hate him.
So, you make your way back in the bar.
Yep.
The bow and arrow are stowed away. And he casually pulls his 2 arrows out of the floor as he walks forward and just puts them back in the quiver.
I go over to Porter. Hey, you okay?
No, but we'll figure it out.
She'll be
But
fine.
we've got
I'm told you know about boats.
Yeah, I guess more than the rest of them, definitely. Yeah.
Excellent. Come and tell me if this captain's any good. And he turns around and walks out the bar.
He's got a ship. He won it in a card game, and I know a captain, and we just need to figure out.
Right. He's a little bit of a shit, though.
He's just been through a lot recently.
Haven't we all?
Not quite as recently. So you guys want to meet a captain or what?
I can give him a hug if it will help.
You can
Nice.
definitely try.
Right, let's.
Come here, big guy.
He's outside already.
So we all
Well,
go outside. Oh, I nudge the cat like very gently with a glass or a tankard or anything that is not my hand.
I'm sleeping outside.
Oh, you're sleeping outside. I thought you were sleeping on the bar.
No, like on the side of the building.
All right.
Laris is
I
going to
will-
lean into Porter. Your friend's pretty, So, what's his name?
Mars.
Oh, really? She sort of turns around and
fuck
walks
off.
away.
Mm,
No.
aren't you too young for that? Aren't you like... Right. So we go outside.
Yeah, that's right. I successfully made the first in-game ship between 2 NPCs that I'm playing. Just to beat all of you hound dogs out of the water, alright? We got it out the way.
This is session 1.
I mean,
We haven't even found an actual ship in this maritime campaign, and I already squeezed a small one in.
I don't know how to find the ship.
You're the second ship here, right?
First
Wow.
in-game ship is what I said. So this was a pre-game ship. This is not the same.
As everyone's walking out of the bar, I'll get up and
All right then, everyone follow your captain.
and start walking off.
Do you even know where to go?
Just keep walking.
We're searching for a captain right
Whiskey.
now, though.
That way.
Do you want to go to Ejderha or not?
Yes, of course I do.
Then come this way, you idiot.
Yes, everyone follow me.
That's
He
the
walks
wrong
the other
way.
way.
That's not the right way. You're going the wrong way.
No, at this point he'll turn around and walk to the other way.
Okay. We're literally going to this building here, apparently.
Come here, you. You need a hug. I heard you had a bad time. A hug will help.
All right. He looks extremely awkward all of a sudden, and just accepts the sort of hug around the waist.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I approve of this.
Lumi, I don't understand these people.
It'll be okay.
I really don't either.
So you walk up to a quite a large building compared to some of the others around. Captain Inn's pretty good money, you know. It's a white brick building that's largely circular. Got a little sort of a couple of sort of circular protrusions coming off it as well. So it's a bit of a complex shape. And there's a front door set into the sort of one flat side of this building.
I go up to the door that I think is Gilly's and knock.
Alright, you knock on the door. It's been a while since you saw Gilly around. Ever since she got married, had the triplets, things have been complicated in that household. You hear some clanging and crashing, and then the door opens and a very small dwarf, maybe 2 years old, you would guess. Hello?
Hello, is your mummy there?
Oi, get away from the door there! What are you doing opening the door? Who is it?
That is an adorable dwarven child. Oh no.
It's Porter.
Porter?
Yeah.
You hear some sort of crankling and clashing, crashing, and this dwarven woman who I described earlier with the red hair and the sort of ginger stubble comes down the stairs with a 2-year-old literally just under one arm, head backwards, legs forwards, kicking. Put me down! Put me down! Put down! Put down! Shut up. Porter, I'm a little busy right now.
I thought you could be a little busier. Do you want a ship?
You want to captain a ship, not ownership. That is his ship.
I'm
Thanks,
not
man.
really on the water. I mean, we were thinking about it, you know, given there's so much work about now with the storms and everything. But I don't really, you know, it's a tough time right now.
It is.
The men are off on a hunt, and I mean they're a bit late back to be honest. But you know, you know how it is. Be tough, especially with an early winter like this. Although you'd think it'd push more games southwards, but I mean I stick to the water and they stick to the woods. But I can't go anywhere until they get back.
Yeah, that I mean, taking the small ones just doesn't seem feasible.
No, these aren't going on a boat.
You just said, "Why not, mummy? I like boats."
I want to go in a boat.
No, at the mention of a boat, all three of these kids, as the third one's now peering around a corner a little further into the house, all look terrified at the sound of the word boat.
Oh, no.
Like a Pavlovian response. But yeah, with these storms picking up, and you know, I got a decent reputation, should be able to get a decent route somebody, but you know, I'm just gonna look into it when they get back. Really? Why? You've got one going, you say?
Yeah.
Well, what's the job? Where to? Is it a sort of, you know, all year round thing, seasonal thing, one time thing? What are we talking?
Oh, it's more of a one-time thing. We're going north.
What do you want to go north for?
Adventure. And
Well, I mean,
Research.
adventures are well and good, but Gavangavog
Well,
ain't that interesting a city, you know. Like, it's just a lot of orcs, really,
no,
isn't it?
not Gavangavor.
I will wave my hands. It's for my research.
Oh, research. What kind of research?
Studying the elements. It's better up north.
All right.
Just don't
Yeah.
question it. I need muscles. I need these people. And
Alright,
then the
alright, alright.
captain.
I'm gonna take charge of this conversation now. It's my ship. We're gonna go find Ejder.
Oh, this
Oh,
is
you're
good. This is
crazy!
set up.
There's no such thing as Ejder.
You'd think, wouldn't you?
It'd
Are
be
you-
great if there was, though.
Come on, boy. You're
crazy
you're
like a
supposed to be
fox.
sensible round here. That's what
And
we
what does
heard.
that tell you about Ejder?
Well, it says that we can't rely on what we hear around here anymore, which honestly isn't that surprising. You heard about that giant
Oh.
bat that killed a magistrate?
Oh, I
Load of-
did.
Yeah, I did, but
Giant
on.
bat, I ask you. Who do they think they're trying to pull, eh?
Was it a magistrate, by the way? Or was it
the town magistrate.
Well, I mean, we do have more than one, but this one was
Pound.
more important than the others. He did die suddenly, but I don't think it was a giant bat.
Could
Well,
be
for
a
all I
bird.
know, magistrates can be really bad
I'm a
people,
giant
so-
bat!
Yes, you
Running
are. I can
around
see
with a
your wings
cloak
and
over his
everything.
head. And runs into a wall,
Use
falls down.
echolocation.
These
Sorry.
children are adorable.
Oh no, it's a giant bat. It's going to get me. And I let him chase me. I run around.
Yeah, they're loving it, loving it.
It's so cute. Oh
Just runs out into the street. Now put your shoes. Oh well, he'll soon realise he's got cold feet.
no.
Still little piles of snow here and there.
So yeah, we're very
So,
much.
You won the job or not? Well, yes, but I can't do anything until my husband's back.
Alright, where did they go?
Well, they went north, across the river. That's where your best game. Not many people want to go up there,
What do they look like?
Dwarves, woodsy. One's got brown hair, one's got ginger hair.
Can you
What
please
game are they
describe it?
hunting?
Both got long beards. I mean, Water's met them. She'll know.
Yeah, I definitely remember what they look like.
Roll a history check.
14.
14. Yeah, you vaguely remember. Yeah.
They look like dwarves, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, can I tell me
you
their
think to
names?
yourself, maybe if you have like 3 drinks when you find them, you'll be able to recognize them. State-dependent memory. But
Can you tell me their names and addresses, please?
What game are they hunting?
well, whatever they can find, really. We generally speaking, this
Yes.
time of year, bit of food, bit of money crop. There's occasionally there's a displacer beast they'll be able to get their hands on. Those are always worth a
they
lot.
suck.
They're worth a lot, though. Do you know any idea how much the skin on those is worth?
I do not.
It's a lot.
look at
Actually,
my
you have a
package
vague
right now.
memory of of Bjorn
Vague.
using the skin of a displacer beast to make himself a cloak. So
Oh yeah, I remember you can use them for arcane cloaks and stuff. So probably worth a lot, yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
So Dotus and Zalthu, that's their names.
Zoltus and Zolthu. Alright, what
So
do you
to
guys
go find
say?
them?
We're gonna
How
go
do you
and
spell
find them.
that?
Well, if you find them and bring them back, that'll be quicker. Yeah, I mean they're supposed to be back a week ago. To be honest, I mean I don't want to worry because it's their time and they've been looking after the kids a lot and whatnot. But
So you want us to go find them?
yeah.
I mean, we want to find them so we can actually get on that boat.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
her
You
as
want to
our
find
captain.
them, yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
helping you find them.
Yep. That is
Right. Oh,
Sure,
okay.
Gilly.
done. Also, that woman
Alright,
is
we'll
terrified
find
for
them.
her husbands, man.
You said north,
Um,
the usual hunting tracks. Yeah, pretty much.
You know about how big the feet are and the weight?
It's alright. I have a good place to start. Well, you think I've just got a cast of their feet lying around? Don't be ridiculous. I can show you a pair of their boots, but it's not the ones they're wearing.
That would actually be very helpful. Please,
Well, it's not the ones they're wearing.
a reference for size is actually really useful.
She opens a cupboard and a pile of boots and shoes just falls out, and she's sort of flicking. Yeah,
Can
that's
you
one of
park
Doch's is, and here's one of Zaltu's.
Closely inspects them.
Make a survival check.
Let's see here. Not because dice is not just to consistently want to roll 8 or below.
It's like reliable talent, but the other way around.
Yeah. Oh, you want to actually roll well on the things you know how to do? Screw you!
Yeah, rip.
That's a 14.
A 14. Yeah, you think you could recognize tracks of people who would wear this boot or similar boots?
Yeah.
You'd at least know the size. That's going to go a long way, to be honest.
Yep.
And how many pairs of dwarves could be out hunting in these woods? I mean, really.
I don't know, I just want all the information I can get there.
All right, so we're gonna look for your husbands, and then we're gonna be back hopefully with them, or definitely with news. And if we find them, you're gonna captain our boat, right? Help us find Ejder.
Well, we'll have to talk about money and whatnot, but when I see the husbands, and we'll figure it out. Are you all going?
Right.
No, I'm gonna stay here and try and find a crew. All right, well then I guess I'll help you find a crew, but I'm not promising the captain nothing until husbands are back. All right, and you'll have to put up with the kids coming with us. Aren't we gonna be going in a lot of bars? It'll be educational for them.
You know, I can appreciate that.
Yeah, that's the
That
top school or
is
something. I don't know.
hardcore.
That's
They
a
might
good
learn
path,
not to
you
prod at people and keep asking questions.
know. Yeah. Maybe survive.
She's
better
still
than
holding
Austin.
one. The legs are still just kicking. You haven't seen the
I
face
look
yet.
at- I look at Porter and I'm like, I like her.
I know, right?
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
great.
Lurmy, can your bird smell, please? How are we gonna track them?
Well, Mary here can help us.
Well,
With good eyes.
We have the god cat. He should be able to help.
Wait,
Yeah,
oh yeah, wait,
not
wait,
yet. Where are they? The husbands. You know
Oh
everything.
my god!
right?
A cat! Oh, he's got
Uh,
little boots on! Oh! He runs up and tries to give you a hug.
I've
Little
been
dwarf
napping
child.
in the corner.
Yeah.
I've been napping in the corner for the past 10 minutes. completely losing interest in the conversation as soon as it. Oh, yeah. As the child runs to me, I'm gonna like leap back up and like draw my sword.
Oh, he's
Catch
got a
me and
sword!
you die.
Oh, he can talk! Hello,
I can
cat!
hit as well.
That's a
Would you like to
child.
be hit with my sword?
That's a child.
No.
We don't hit children.
I can hit you too.
You can try.
Is that a
The
child?
god cat is kind of mean. I would leave him alone, child.
Okay. Will you chase me more?
Better.
I'll chase
Of course
you!
I will.
I'm a jetpack! Ah, I'm gonna get you!
Oh, I'm scared.
Alright!
All right, people, let's go. I want to get this going. Oh, how late is it? Is it smart to go today? Is it getting dark?
Yeah,
It's like
no,
5 in
it
the
would-
evening.
Oh,
Well,
at this
it
point.
took longer than I
Well,
thought it would.
Well, it was 2:30 in the afternoon when we started. Then you guys spent some time in the bar. Then you went and talked underwater for about an hour. Then you went back to the bar. Now you're here.
Half an hour.
so,
Half an hour.
so I feel like it's been about 2.5, 3 hours since then. So it's
Well,
getting into evening.
Well,
Gosh.
assuming they're not hunting at night, they'll be easier to find.
They better not
so-
be hunting at night. Bad
So
things
if
in
they're-
them woods since the hobgoblins got here. We've been hearing tales about bugbears. Oh, not the bugbears! Yeah, they'll get you if you don't brush your teeth. Go on.
bugbear.
So if they have so at the very least they'll be stationary, or if they have a campfire, they'll be really easy to find.
Yeah, they better have a campfire as well, but it's bloody cold. They really should be back by now. They should know better than this.
Just looking confused at this being called
Gilly
cold.
looks pretty worried and just sort of looks at Porter and goes, "You will find them, right?"
Of course, we will do anything that we can to bring them back. And if they're just lazing about, we're gonna leave all the punishment up to you.
That sounds like the only way I would have it. All right, come on
Alright,
in.
so
I got to get these lot
let's go.
fed and in bed.
And search as a crew.
Yeah, well, that's a
I
tomorrow
think
job.
like in the to-do list. All right, see you later. Bye.
You! She points at Marsek. It's your ship? It's my ship. You're just gonna own it? You're gonna try and captain as well? I'm just gonna own it. Alright, meet me in an annoying crow tomorrow. About noon. We should get the hardcore sailors in then, and that's the ones I want.
Mhm.
Alright, the annoying crow. Noon. Tomorrow.
Best fucking tavern names.
As you guys walk back, the 3-4 minute walk to the to the Supreme Turnip, you Porter, you get a bit of a download on where Marsek thinks that these two dwarves are probably going to be looking for displacer beasts, him being pretty familiar with the woods north, and you having a little bit of a frame of reference for what he's talking about. So you got a rough idea of where to go tomorrow to start looking.
While we're walking, can I try to pull Lance a bit to the side?
Sure.
Yeah. So,
Been meaning to ask. How do you know this, Porter?
I've been at a place for guidance and meditation and stuff, and she lived near there, and we kind of hit it off, and then she said she needed to go to Prelance, and I needed to go to Prelance, and we kind of had the same goal where we needed to go, and she needs to go to Ejder, and I apparently need to go there.
Right.
And yeah, she's cool though. I trust her.
That's good.
Yep. Beware of her sister though. She's and she doesn't know anything. She's new to all of this.
Is the surface now always this weird?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty much normal.
Well, I get why we've been in isolation for better part of of some millennia.
I mean, I like it here. I think it's fun. It's different,
It's very different. I'll give you that.
Yeah. How is everyone? How's my parents? How's great grandpa?
Bootlicking for the Titans right now, I think.
Disgusting. See, that's one of the reasons I left. Because they suck. And also, Sohugan also suck. None of them here on the land. Great.
On too many of them in village either, so.
Hmm.
Should we get searching for these dwarves then?
Yeah. We should. You Potter, you ready?
So ready. I've been born ready.
No,
If
you
you leave
haven't.
tonight, you could get across the river and then make camp. If you leave tonight, you can get across the river and then make camp. It'll save you a lot of time.
Sounds very smart. Very great. We're gonna do that. Thank you. Which more?
Marsek.
Marsek. Right.
Marsek Richmore, at your service. I'm sorry, I didn't get all of your names.
Right. I'm Lance.
Highlands.
Morbeck.
That's
I-
Gloomy then. And
Bloomy. This is Mary. Points to the eagle.
My name is Warren. Nice to
Alright.
meet you, I guess.
And what about you? Oh, I'm Laris.
uh-huh.
And you
It's
already
nice
know
to meet you,
Godcat, right?
Marsek.
Yeah, she's coming with us.
Alright.
She is coming with us.
What, really?
Well, I thought I might be able to stick around and see.
No.
Look for a crew,
Might,
No,
she
you
no.
know?
might
'Cause
help get the crew.
You get the wood treatment. You get into the woods with us. So if we have to fight, you can, try it out on some land shit. And
what?
not some water shit that's way worse.
It looks
Whatever
pretty
she
weak.
said. Come on.
Let's go.
Are you honestly trying to
gotta
say
s-
it's going to be safer in those woods to the north of Prelens than it is to
Sure. Yes.
go round the
we
bars
are
looking for a sailing crew?
definitely
For your
pretty sure-
virtue. Yes. Come on.
I'm not a virgin. What?
Her virtue.
Oh my god.
Did you say the B word?
This turned very awkward. I'm going to leave now. And Marsek turns and he walks away.
I'm very confused.
Gloomy, are we searching for dwarves today or tomorrow? That's the question.
I was thinking tonight. Most likely most likely they've made camp for the night, so they should be easier to spot.
Well, I guess.
Well, we can make it across the river first and see what the situation there is. If we can find a good starting point or not. And
We gonna do the walkies?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, right. Well, okay, sure. But, yes, do you mind if... Are you strong, though? You know? Me, I have bad legs and, maybe...
You
Maybe...
have legs.
I have legs, but, you're old, okay? Oldish.
I mean,
You want a piggyback ride?
Yeah, but not now. I can walk myself, but, maybe soon. Depends how long it takes. I'm not gonna care about it now. Maybe later. But I just want to keep my cards open so I know. That's a yes in my book.
Yeah.
Right. Shall we get going?
Yes.
Otter,
Let's.
that's me.
can you give a description of these dwarves?
Yeah, they're like dwarf sized. And they have beards. One of them is a little bit brunette. The other one's a little bit other color in the hair and the beard.
You don't know, do you?
It's been a while. It's been a long
Great.
time.
Great.
Right.
Well, you haven't even met them, so it's not like you're any help.
Well, then why don't I stay and help Marsek look for a crew?
Because he's already gone and we don't know where he is, so you're
I'll
just gonna
find
get
him.
lost and killed. No, you're not.
I know where he's going to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's going to be at the Annoying
No,
Crow at
no.
noon.
No,
That's
the
what she
wrong
said.
name. That's the wrong bar name. You're
No,
remembering
it's
it
not.
wrong.
No, I remember it
Really?
perfectly. I even saw the sign for it back down the street.
No, you didn't. That's not where the Annoying Crow is.
It literally was.
We could just let her. We could just let her be. Porter, she would be gone for like a few days.
Laris,
Would be
you might
happy.
get eaten.
Why what?
Orc. Have you seen an orc's teeth?
No, I've not seen an orc.
Orcs don't eat people.
Yeah, not around here
Okay.
anyway. Not in this city.
Yeah.
You imagine a fuss?
Sure they don't?
Oh yeah, pretty sure. The monarch is a half orc. It's got orcish family.
What?
Yeah, I mean it's like, there's like orcs in the court here. Like, oh, there's one.
Like,
Points down the street and you just see like an 8-foot guy going past the window at the bar.
An orc?
Yeah, it is. That's an orc.
No. Too green.
What color do you think orcs should be?
Black and white.
Are you
No,
colorblind?
No, nor the humanoid.
What? Yeah, they are. They got arms and legs.
No, they got fins.
Orcas. Right.
Yeah. Orcs.
What?
No, not orcs is like that guy is an orc. And you know orc. There's like the whales, and then there's like the humanoid race that's greenish, you know, and she's talking about the whales, and then you're talking about the. This
What?
is. Can we just go?
I mean, Porter
Let
is
us
just
go.
kind of losing it right now, and then touching Lance's shoulder, just like, imagine an orca royal family.
That's funny.
I will
Yeah,
never
fucking say if you really
understand
want
you.
to.
All
Do
right,
whatever you want.
I will.
Yeah, just don't blame me if anything happens.
Oh, nothing's gonna happen. It's gonna be great. Me and Marseille, we're gonna get along wonderfully.
Oh, yeah.
Let's leave her. Let's go. I want to go. This is taking too much time.
Yes.
I want to
Yeah,
find.
just leave me in a
them
big
dwarves.
city. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
she just walks back into the bar and.
Yeah.
I hope she has any money on her, but I'm just gonna go.
Oh, she's got money.
She got money.
Yeah.
She don't have as much money as me because I've been looking at my treasure sheet.
Yeah. Roll a perception check for me, Lance.
15.
15, huh?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, you
I
got as
just
much
check
money
if
as
all
you
my
think.
stuff is there.
Yeah, all your stuff's there.
Oh.
But you do catch the glimpse of the. Oh, sorry. Hang on. You catch a glimpse of the human that was the female human that was in the Supreme Turnip leaving the bar, and as she goes by, you see a little medallion hanging off her sleeve. It is a relief of 3 scrolls.
Do I know what that is?
Make a religion check.
Wait, what? The scrolls?
No.
Yeah,
none of them
it's
does,
like a
me,
little
though.
medallion with like 3 scrolls like laid onto each other and like attached to a metal ring. Like
And-
like little metal scrolls. It's like a decorative thing.
I don't care.
10? Yeah, no, you got no idea.
Huh. Interesting. All right.
So, what are you guys doing? Gonna go to the river? Try to cross it?
We head north.
All right. So, Porter, you're aware that in order to cross the river, you need to head west.
Yeah, we're heading west.
Because
I thought we were going north.
there isn't a bridge over the river. There's just a point where the river isn't as wide.
There's a fording point. Just there.
Sure, we'll call it that. There's a point where people choose to ford, that's for sure. So you come across a series of posts sort of standing up against the riverbank. It's about half an hour out of town, further back up the river. There's a bit of a worn footpath, but it's not a road by any means. And unless anybody has anything else to do before they leave the city, you guys will make that journey now. Everyone good?
Okay.
No one got anything to do? Everyone's good to
No,
leave the
only-
city?
Yep,
Nobody's
just-
gonna suddenly go, I left the kettle on?
I mean, for now.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I would have done is like pull on a big fur coat. So
Yeah, it's cold. So
I mean, I would
Yeah.
guess I would have components.
yeah, you've got your wizardy stuff for sure.
I got my wizard.
Yeah, anybody need any more healing potions or anything like that?
It would be great. I guess.
I don't got any, so yeah, that would be cool.
No, we drank ours from the ship here.
So do we need to buy some? Or
I
what?
don't.
I think we could just head north. We're just gonna attack some dwarves.
West.
I mean, we're already heading
Let's
north,
go.
I guess. Just keep walking.
All right, we're just going.
Do it later.
All right.
All right.
What's the worst that can happen? We'll be fine.
Yeah, who knows?
Hmm.
Yeah, who knows?
While we're going, I nudge Porter in the side and I whisper to her, "Do you have a healing potion on you? You don't? I'm gonna try to slip her one."
All right, make a sleight of hand check.
Like, are you trying to sneak it onto her and not just
Yeah,
give it?
15.
A 15. Whose passive perception is higher than 15?
Me
Fine.
and the bird.
Mine is 18.
Yours is 18, did you say?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's a cat.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Vision-based birds is 22. So
I'm considering taking observant to even make it
Totally fair.
ridiculously high.
Totally fair. So, so a couple of people see you slipping the potion across.
Thanks.
Lance, ever subtle. Believe is her full name.
Lance's middle name. Yeah.
Ever subtle. Yeah, it's a weird middle name.
Yeah.
Familial. So, you guys make it to the fording point that Porter knows about, and Porter, you're aware that usually people will tie a rope to the hitching post just so that they can make their way back if it turns out to be too much. The river is pretty fast-paced. I suspect that with this party, you guys aren't going to have too much trouble crossing the river. Not having to keep your heads above water, making it much, much easier to deal with. And the only question is, Whiskey, how do you get across this river?
Godcat, would you like some assistance?
What sort of assistance?
I can hold you up. Or you can ride on my head.
Yes, that will
can
do.
carry you over.
or
right,
And
Lumi?
I'm gonna immediately jump on your head.
or you could just, or I could just have Mary carry you over and not have to.
He
be touching
glares
water
at you.
all.
He glares at you.
You get that thing away from me!
All right, the Godcat wants to be wet instead. Sure.
No,
Hey,
I'm
He's on, he's on my head.
I'm on his
it'll
head.
be fine.
I'm looking at the cat, I'm looking at the rushing water, and I'm looking at the cat on the head, and I'm looking at the rushing water. And I'm like,
All
Should be
right.
fine.
I'll just tell my eagle in Elven. But if the cat starts going off, could you get them? Could you pick him up and drop him on the other side?
There we got it. Yep. Sticking
Nice.
with that
Good.
voice, are you? Yeah, sure.
Good.
Great.
Morbeck, make an athletics check for me, please. And Whiskey, make a dex, make a dex save.
a deck save.
Yeah, try and avoid getting wet.
Is it like
It's
a
pretty.
balance one?
Well, let's see what happens. I just want to hear
Because
some
I-
numbers, and then I'll tell you what happens. That's how this works.
Roll some dice.
I got a 16 on my athletics check.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
dear. Well, that's
Oh, boy.
unfortunate, isn't it? Oh boy. So,
That, it's a natural one.
so Morvik, you got a? Did you say a 15?
A 16.
A 16. That's slightly better than a 15 by 1. So you're
That's not math.
you're
that's
swimming
math.
across and you're powering through. Everybody's going at this point, I'm assuming, because this is a relatively trivial task for anybody who can breathe water and has a swim speed. So you guys make your way across the water pretty easily. And Morbeck, you're just doing your best to sort of stay as stable a platform as you can. You're not exactly doing like butterfly stroke, you know. It's just a very leisurely breaststroke, I would imagine, sort of staying at that one fixed point with the cat perched on your head. Whiskey,
I might be slightly clutching into your head with my claws.
yeah, Whiskey, you are grabbing onto Morbeck's hair and probably like a little bit of his beard with that like all 4 paws attached kind of method, and you're trying to get away from the water, which is, you know, despite Morbeck's best efforts, splashing up onto you. By the end of your journey, you're not soaked, like you never got immersed in water,
Oh my god.
but your extremities are wet.
Well, I am very unhappy right now.
Oh, it's probably just swearing. You can talk.
I'm probably like swearing, like mumbling swears like under my breath.
I have failed you, Godcat. I am sorry.
He looks at, he just glares at you. He's very upset.
All right, you guys start making
He
your
looks
way
bemused.
into the woods. Lumi, do you want to make a survival check?
Yes.
Into the woods.
I will also tell my eagle to
My
fly.
first roll was a critical fail.
Can I help with that survival check?
Sure.
I will also tell my eagle to fly up and keep a lookout for any dwarves and report back if he sees any.
All right, sure. So I'll take a survival check with advantage from you, and a perception check with advantage for Mary.
Yes. Keen sight. Super good. So that for the survival checks is going to be a 15,
A 15. All right.
and for the verb's perception, we're looking at a. See, that would be 26.
All right. So with the 15, you're looking at the tracks on the ground, trying to look for something that might like jog your memory of the boots that you were looking at before. There's nothing sort of jumping out at you per se, and you're a little, looking at a pair of boots that aren't even the ones that you're looking for the tracks of. Not hugely helpful, and it appears that there's quite a lot of foot traffic here. That's sort of the ground is sort of preserving footprints quite well since it's gotten colder. There's a lot of crunchy mud. But Mary flies back down to you.
Dead bird.
Was that? Did he see something? He.
She and yes, she did.
Nice.
What
Sorry.
direction?
Oh my god.
That's really cool.
And
Do you speak bird?
Do
No.
you speak bird?
I mean,
Well, I have
I
favorite-
know languages if I want to.
the favorite enemy gives me a language associated with the favorite enemy.
Have you got beasts as one of your favorite enemies?
Yes, I do.
I don't know how that works with that choice.
Yes.
Like, I've never known anybody to play a ranger, so it's just never comes up.
Also, this bird is my ranger companion, so I can communicate with her.
Hmm.
You can communicate with it. I don't know whether it can communicate with you necessarily.
I think it can communicate with
I will
me
check
to
the
the extent an
word.
animal can. An animal I know well.
Does it bob his head up and down? Okay, then it found
Which
it.
direction is it?
So
I mean, all it says here is that it obeys your commands as best as it can, man. That's all it says. It obeyed your command. It went to see if there were dwarves. It's come back and it's.
I mean, I would imagine it's kind of like a dog owner.
It'll indicate a
direction.
direction. Sure, it'll indicate a direction, but you've got no idea how
Or
far
fly
or
in
anything.
that
No,
direction,
like,
yeah, sure.
I'm trusting a bird here. I'm asking for a direction. I'm not asking for an exact location.
Yeah, let's hope it's the
Don't
right
make
pair of
Ranger
dwarves.
Beastmaster worse than it already is. Come on.
Hey, this is what I call consequences of picking a terrible class.
That's just mean. Let people have fun.
I am.
I
I'm
shall-
having a lot of fun.
I swear, I shall prove to you that this is not
I
terrible
hear
class.
laughter. Everybody seems to be happy here. All right, so
shall-
yeah, you get a direction from Mary, and you start following that direction, and you're walking for quite some time, and it's really just a bit of a slog for an hour or so before it starts getting really quite cold and really quite dark.
I think we
And
maybe should make a little campfire and for the night, right?
Probably a good idea. These woods are,
Cold.
as Gilly
very
said,
cold.
they are quite dangerous.
I'm freezing my tits off. Ugh.
That wouldn't be good.
No, I need them.
Have we found a cave or this is just wood?
You cut off there.
What?
You cut off.
Oh! I need to speak clearly.
I think you picked the wrong voice.
No! You need to listen to the words. Is there a cave somewhere? Because this is really cold.
I don't think so. I think this is just woods.
Yeah, you're
Same
not
thing.
far enough into, like a little bit further ahead, like there are some mountains and stuff where you might have been able to find a cave, but you're really just looking at woods right now.
You're a wizard, right?
Yes.
Can't you make the little wizard hat?
What? The house? I don't need the house.
No, like the little wizard hat dome thingy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like a little. It's like a dome. It takes like, I don't know, 10 minutes or something. I can't remember. Like my friend did it a lot, and we slept in it because you could regulate the temperature and nothing could get in and stuff like that.
I never heard anything about creating a house out of magic. That sounds
No,
suspicious.
it's not a house. It's just a dome.
It's a dome? That's even stupider. Creating a
It
dome out
was
of
great.
nowhere?
We could use it right now. Then we wouldn't be cold, and we would be like safe from the outsides and shit. It lasted for 8 hours as long as he stayed in there.
Well, that's what
It's
did you read
cold.
that from?
Damn, you're all useless.
No, I'm not. What? All of us?
Roll a history check, Shelley.
Oh no. -1. 14.
It was Leomund's hut. That was what Bjorn called it.
Leomund's hut. Leomund's tiny hut, because it wasn't big.
I mean, I think I've heard of something, but that I don't care too much about those kinds of things.
Well,
God,
that's
Cat, could you do-
spells?
I've never been told
Godcat,
before.
Godcat, could you do something like that? Or have we displeased you too much?
I love how you provide an out with the question. It's the best.
Please tell me you're gonna multiclass into cleric of the whiskey the cat.
Meanwhile, the cat multiclasses into Bard, College of Glamour.
He looks at Lou like you're an idiot.
What are you talking about?
Well, I know that people pray to their gods, and I don't want to, but you're the god cat, and it would be really nice if we could get a shelter thing. But I know I got you wet, so you might be mad at me, so you might not grant me my wish.
Ah, I understand. You're an imbecile.
No, I'm a dwarf.
I don't think this bishop is smart.
Great dynamic here.
I'm looking forward to the adventures of Morbeck and Whiskey. I think we're going to need a spin-off show.
Yeah.
Like if this gets cancelled, guys, that's the spin-off show. It'll be like
Oh my
Joey.
God, can you imagine a whole
That's it. It's just Warbeck and whiskey and the shenanigans.
I mean, that's basically just what Red Dwarf is. Let's be honest.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's a cat that thinks the human is an idiot, and
Netflix, are you listening?
Netflix. Is that you?
We need to get someone on this. Stat.
So it is pretty cold.
Shira is almost over.
I could try to make a shelter out of sticks, like a little lean-to, and
For the cat.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, go ahead. So just like a shelter for everybody, or just for yourself and whoever you deem, or what are you looking at? There's a
I'll
lot
try
of
to make one forever.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of wood around here. This is a pine forest, so very very much evergreen trees. Quite a few fallen branches. Wind's picking up a little bit. Storms maybe on the horizon, you would think, Warren. being an expert in these matters, and Lance being a sailor, you're feeling that little like tightness at the back of your throat and that little like sort of headache that you get not long before a storm hits. You know.
So I look for that perfect pine tree that has
Yep,
really
yep.
long branches and you can crawl underneath.
Oh
and-
yeah, you can totally find one of those, and it's actually kind of cozy in there. The 2 wolves that are in there are kind of surprised and run away extremely quickly, but it's yours now.
Imitating
wolves.
dwarf.
It's not a cave, but it should be pretty warm. And the previous inhabitants just left for some reason, so I guess we can use it.
In the
Previous
distance, you hear.
inhabitants?
Yeah, seems fine. I
Yeah.
crawl
Well,
in.
back, what did you do? The
Then
war.
from a slightly different direction.
Oh, is this gonna be a problem?
Oh, I'm
I
sure.
feel really tempted to just join in, actually.
The war.
How?
Hold off this end. Yeah. Because if
No.
they think I'm coming from here, it's definitely not, you know.
You just said something really insulting. And
It's just like when you're on a conference call and then somebody that you've never heard speak says something and then you're like, who are you?
What did you call my mother?
I thought I was calling Samaritans. So,
With with the flavored enemy beast, would I recognize what kind of vibe is from these howling?
oh man, we're just getting into all this like super specific ranger stuff, man.
They're vibing as fuck, you know.
All right, you can you have advantage on an intelligence check. What would you like to know? I'll call it a history check. Yeah, advantage on a history check.
Not nature?
Oh, sure,
Yeah, wouldn't
nature
that
as
be
well.
nature?
Yeah, nature makes more sense.
there is a nature skill for this.
Yeah.
everyone just forgets that.
Well, I was thinking about him remembering stuff. If you want to interpret stuff, I mean, it's different information, isn't it?
Well, I just want to see if they're communicating. Hey, there's food over there.
Advantage on nature, then.
I don't feel like being numbed by a wolf. Oh my goodness, that was shit. That's a 6 total.
A 6.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you're pretty sure they're getting ready to attack.
Should maybe find someplace else.
I don't know. This seems pretty fine to me, and the wolves just ran, so.
It's cold. My feet hurts.
And if we go somewhere else, then they're still going to come after us. If they're going to come after us, and we'll be cold and being gnawed on by wolves. At least here we'll be warm while we're getting gnawed on by wolves.
It's warmed up a little bit once you guys are all piled in here, you know.
Just body heat.
Oh god.
You probably had to strip
I
off some of the
love
lower
it.
branches just to sort of make it a little bit easier to.
So what you're saying here is that we're gonna take a long rest in a cuddle pile.
I mean, it's that or you're gonna freeze. So
That's bonding, right?
Yep.
Yep.
It's the hardcore
It's-
immediate
it's
bonding
cozy
experiences. I'm
and-
gonna
and
take
close.
first rest.
you're gonna take
First
first
one.
rest.
Yeah.
You're gonna fall
watch,
asleep at
first
the wheel.
rest. Yeah.
Last watch,
try to
first
sleep with wolves here.
I
I
want to
think
take
we
first
should.
watch, excuse me.
We could. I can take first 2 watches because I only need to task for 4 hours.
Why don't you
Elves.
take the last 2? Or do you
That's-
want to stay up right now?
I don't know when the wolves might come, so we should definitely have someone watching for wolves.
Right. Then you and your bird can watch, and you can wake me up after that. I will see the
I will
next.
stay awake with you, Derby. I don't trust this. I need a cuddle pile.
Just try not to get on the bottom of it. I think you might get squished.
Yeah, no. It's not my first people pile. Not to be my second either. For my last, I don't know.
Boarding school was a bitch.
Oh, yes. You just know what happened.
At least now all the people are alive.
Well, maybe
There
not
was a freak
tomorrow.
electrocution accident and 17 people died and a gnome came out from underneath.
I did not know what happened.
It was crazy! It was like it was a huge storm and then all these lightning bolts came down!
Better than trying to take refuge underneath a dead spider.
That
Someone
sounds
took it from
terrible.
experience.
I mean, I did see someone very dumb do that. Yeah.
That was under the body of a Dragoloth.
Oh, that's
With
even
its
worse.
acidic blood dripping out onto him and... Yeah, not
Yeah.
the smartest decision of Nephilim's life.
Is it equally as warm as a tauntaun?
Yeah, only a little
Well,
bit more acidity.
The acid burned, so yeah.
So I
Pretty well.
guess yes.
Right. I'm gonna get into the cuddle pile. I'm gonna get up my bedroll, 2 green cloaks that I still have,
Yeah,
a purple cloak that I also still have,
yeah.
and I think that's it.
I will be sleeping at the very top of the pile. Just on
You
top
are a
of
cat.
whoever's on top.
You are a cat. Yeah, you will arrange that to be the case no matter what happens. I understand.
I just crawl in.
Yeah. Everybody.
Yep.
So who's
the
there?
turtle.
So Lumia's taken the first 2 watches. Who's taking the next watch?
I mean,
Anybody?
I can do a watch. I can see stuff. Pretty good, maybe.
I can also take a watch. I said that.
All right. So Lumi for the first 2, then Warwin, and then Lance. Okay. Lumi, could you roll me a perception check, please, and a perception check with advantage for your bird. Wait, does your bird have dark vision?
No, my bird does not have dark vision.
Then a single roll for the perception for that one.
And I assume this does not count as Arctic or coastal terrain.
This would count as coastal.
Oh, in that case I have advantage.
Okay.
Favorite terrain.
Ranger, not so useless after all.
Yeah, you're only like, well, probably not even 10 miles from the coast. This is definitely coastal.
Yeah, okay. I'll take your word for it.
It's only useful as long as we're in just favorite terrain. Like, as soon as we leave this.
Water is my favorite terrain.
I have coastal and Arctic. Oh, that was garbage. That's an 11. With
Alright.
passive perception of 15, if that matters.
Sure. Yep, it does.
In the bird gets a natural 1 with a passive perception of 17.
All right. Well, we do passive perception is the minimum you can roll for active checks here. So passive
Nice.
on that is pretty decent. So you don't see anything. Seems fine.
Cool.
Wow.
Does my bird dive down on the...
Yes.
Make a perception check.
I have dark vision, so this will go
You
great.
do.
That's a 4.
Nice.
So
Nice.
it's 13, I will guess, with my passive.
Okay, good to know.
We're gonna get numbed.
Lance,
Hmm.
you get woken up by Warwin.
You should go out now. I don't need to sleep.
Yeah, you can hear it's all warm already because I
Oh,
slept.
that's perfect. It's like a gigantic coat or something. Like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
It's like a duvet
I put
for
all
you.
the coats that I had on all the people. You know, 3
I'm gonna
extra
get
coats.
killed by this. Gonna be crushed.
I rolled a 23.
23.
Nice.
Very nice.
That's the first roll
You
over
know?
20, I guess.
Alright.
Except for the bird who had a 26.
No, the bird got a 26 in perception
course.
earlier.
Yeah, but
Bird
that was
got
a good roll, and I'm very proud of that because it was perception. Yeah,
So,
vigilant and
with
stuff.
a 23.
Semka, am I doing this right?
Yeah,
No.
Semka was definitely watching over you for that one, that's for sure. Alright.
That was funny because on my screen, you looked up and right above Right above you.
23, you say?
Yeah.
All right. Well, with
You
that
notice nothing.
23, you do notice something. And we're going to find out what next week.
You
I
As
don't
all
like it.
you see, Lance, is a javelin coming towards you.
Oh my god.
I asked freeze frame right before it hits his head. Yep,
Yeah.
that's me.
You wonder how I
You're
got
probably
here.
wondering how I got
Met this fucking idiot in the amazing tournament or something. Couldn't find the goddamn captain. We need to find 2 dwarfs, but yeah.
So, we will pick up with that next week.
Cool.
I don't like it.
Nice.
I like
gonna
it.
be
I'm
death.
in a cuddle pile. I'm in a cuddle pile. I like it.
For someone
Yeah,
else.
yeah, I
I
feel
ain't
fine.
gonna
Right.
die from that.
I'm in no danger.
Quick question.
Yes.
Who here doesn't have dark vision?
No one. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
Ganassi.
What was the question?
Dark
Who
vision.
doesn't have dark vision?
Oh, I have that vision.
I
Yeah.
don't.
So you and the eagle.
Now,
So just the
Yeah.
Ganassi and the eagle don't have dark vision.
quick question: Is it? Would you consider this dim light or full-on darkness?
It's darkness right now.
Oh, that's gonna be bad.
You guys didn't light a fire. It's,
No, we
you know,
didn't.
3 o'clock in the morning.
Want to attract
We
enemies.
were underneath the tree, like lighting a fire directly under branches. It
Next
seemed
bonus actions, there's just gonna be
It's
dim
3
light.
o'clock in the morning under soon-to-be stormy conditions
Oh,
in
God.
the middle of September in the
Yep,
far north. It's pretty fucking dark, man.
Yeah, I don't fucking like this.
Especially with the forest as well, so you've actually got like the tree cover as well. There's just like it's basically it's darker
So
than
what
dark.
you're saying here is it's about as dark as it is outside my window right now.
Yeah,
Oh lord.
it's pretty bad. So how did everybody enjoy the first session?
I like the cat.
That
fun.
is amazing.
Still trying to.
I also like the cat.
It's a pseudo French cat.
I think it's more Spanish than
Everybody's
French.
great.
I mean,
It's
a mix.
some form of accent of a cat.
He's too angry for me to be able to tell where he's from.
The
Yeah.
accent is angry.
The passive progressive god cat. Perfect.
He shall
Oh.
soon become the head of the new religion that keeps the land.
I do hope now that Morbeck multiclasses into cleric of Whiskey the Cat.
I believe in myself. So full of it.
What kind of powers would whiskey give? Is
What domain would that be?
You know what? If we get to that point, me and Achievable will sit down and figure it out.
Oh god, that could be
Just
fun.
straight up.
If we
death
ever
and
get to that point, and there's a big if and a long time away, but it could happen. Stranger things.
So this is like somewhere between 30 and 40 bugbears, I'm guessing.
I definitely didn't make 30 goblin tokens today.
Mhm.
I didn't make so many goblin tokens that I have to set up a macro on my mouse in order to export them all.
Nope.
Oh.
Not at all.
Didn't
Why
happen.
didn't you
Next to that or
torturing
anything.
yourself with those huge encounters, man?
Goblin
Well,
throwing
I thought
javelins.
that it would be easier for you guys if the goblins were numbered. Sue me.
Thanks.
Wow.
We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to
They're
be able to
already
point
done.
out whether it's goblin number 11 or goblin number 27 that you're shooting at.
Why not just say 97? We all know you have over goblins out there.
You know, I feel like you guys aren't taking this seriously.
New characters.
So I'm just gonna move you back onto here, and I'm just gonna, let's see. Hang on, enemy tokens, goblin.
Oh my god.
So
I
so
already
here's a
hate this.
3, and here's a 25, and here's
that's
a
the highest
22,
it
and here's a 30.
Oh, so that's the highest it goes. Okay.
That's the highest it goes. Yeah, I'm not a madman. I'm gonna run more than 30 goblins in one encounter.
Yeah, only 30.
Hey man, like what am I saying? I like to go with realistic encounters, and 5 goblins in this kind of weather just ain't gonna happen.
Realistically.
It was a javelin, and you know, when have you ever seen a goblin throw a javelin?
Exactly what I was thinking. That's strength.
I mean,
guess
right
we'll
now,
find out.
Because it's
You
bugbears.
just did.
I
It's
guess we'll
also
find
bugbears.
out what it was that threw the javelin next week.
Oh, I know.
Spoilers, it's a goblin and I just shit at it.
It's a beefy goblin.
No,
It's
it's
a
just
really
a
small,
Spoiler
chunky
alert,
boy.
It's the two
It's
dwarves
complete
who
garbage at throwing javelins.
it's the two dwarves who now have a like goblin tribe. Never coming out
Biggest
of the woods
gay goblin.
again.
We have a goblin village.
We're sleeping in the goblin village. We just didn't see it.
Yeah.
All right,
And I
so
was scared of wolves.
we will be back next week to continue the Voyage of the Ejderha, which is just such a bizarre name that I've picked for this campaign. But maybe it'll make sense eventually. The aim is to write our way towards that. Not that anybody does any writing on this show apart from me. So we'll be back next week on Monday at around 7 European time, which is 6 British time, which is 1 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Central, 11 a.m. Mountain, 10 a.m. Pacific, and just for those people in Honolulu, 9:30 in the morning.
What is it in New Zealand?
I don't
What else?
care.
Easter Islands?